This is Sunday Night Champion Edition! Brought to you by Thrill Ho Video Sticks. Please note, your Thrill Ho Video Stick may no longer be FCC approved. The following sporting event is sanctioned by the FGCB. And now, challenge this man, and the only thing you'll beat is a hasty retreat. Scare quotes!
Welcome, everyone. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fighters of all ages, but especially those over 10,950 days of age, welcome to the show. And boy, do we have a great show for you tonight. You know, I woke up this morning and I could smell it in the crisp air. You smell that? It smells like day-old pizza. Flat Coca-Cola, and the flattened cardboard boxes of our favorite games strewn about the carpet floor. It smells like a great night to be a champion. This is Sunday Night Champion Edition, and it is my divine pleasure to be your host, your concierge, your steward this evening as we travel back to 1992. Tonight is about giving you all an opportunity to relive those good memories from the past. Make new memories even. Go back to a time you fondly remember, or visit an era you otherwise were unfamiliar. Tonight's really all about rivalries, cheeky tick throws, stealing your mother's quarters out of her change purse on your way to school, lying about your report card to your father so you can still sleep over your friend's Jimmy house that weekend, punching Jimmy in the arm for always picking Zangief. Who picks Zangief, man? What a creep. That's cheating, you know. Spinning pile drivers everywhere. And whether it be in the annals of the smoke-filled arcade centers of old, the back lobby of that musty diner that served only burnt steak and overcooked spaghetti, or the comfort of your own home away from home, that dank basement staring out at the phosphoric glow of the CRT, with the controller and pad in your hand, forging your own path to become a true Street Fighter. Well, tonight's really for you. Tonight's about giving you all just one more night. One more night to be a real one. And I can tell by all the profile pictures, names, and just general internet giddiness of everyone competing today, we have some real ones stepping up to the arena this evening. Wouldn't you agree, chat? Chat, show our competitors some love and some cheer in the comments right now. These folks are sacrificing so much to be here with us. I mean, a Sunday afternoon or evening or morning, wherever you're dialing in from, that could be spent doing literally anything else. But they chose to be on the stage with you. That takes courage. And so in no particular order, we have Melty Blood Guru, some Japanese guy joins us today. Welcome aboard, my friends. I gotta be honest, I wouldn't want him putting me in a corner. I like my blood at non-boiling temperatures as much as possible. Thank you very much. All jokes aside, though, this man is a bastion of positivity, good vibes, and a staple of the community. I'm so excited you could join us for this evening, buddy. Seas of Cheese, otherwise known as a Guile Savant, joins us today. Don't ask him if he likes cheese, folks. And most importantly, never ask him if he's ever heard of the band Primus. Trust me, I know. But more importantly, Seas of Cheese is a Brawlhalla enthusiast and FGC veteran. So if you're looking for a sparring partner in a game that is 100% free to play right now, has rollback, has crossplay, go seek him out. Super Threk is beginning his Champion Edition journey today, and with a brand new controller to boot. You know, I won't boast at all, but I think he might have an unfair advantage. I mean, clearly anyone does that follows Scarequote's recommendations. But Super Threk has got the fundies and the vigor of the old ways, so look out for him, my friends. Vampire in a Box, also known as Guion Ellis' double agent, is here with us, reliving his youth and showing us all youngins how it's done. And by getting it done, I mean yanking Player 2's controller out of the console port and beating your friend senselessly with it. That's how we did it back in the day. Watch out, this one gets it. Lunatic is back for revenge, ladies and gentlemen. Deprived of his grand champion title last time, thanks to some pesky rules about, we got trivia or something? I don't know, I wasn't there. But will anyone stop his dictator dominance? We'll find out tonight, won't we? Depressed Met fan is back after overcoming past childhood trauma against Guile. The tension was immense last time. You had to be there to feel it. He punched his demons away and is back rearing for a fight. Will he pick Guile today? Will he pick Ryu? DMF is a legend. He'll conquer all that is in his way, whoever he chooses. Just look out. No Limits joins us for today's festivities. Welcome aboard, No Limits, a Street Fighter and King of Fighters savant, and one of the only examples of a name actually being an accurate descriptor of oneself. You know, No Limits, turns out, doesn't have any limits. Can't wait to see what you bring to the table today. Potion Stat is coming to us today, fresh from literally just learning about Fightcade and its immense library of games. Literally yesterday. His mind was blown. I saw it. It was ugly. It was grim. I hope you got the flowers I sent you, man. But I'm confident you've already made a full recovery and are rearing for a fight today. Gian Ellis, the man, the myth, the legend, the screen name that no one can pronounce correctly, apparently. Without him and his vision, this server and this event would not be possible. We all owe him a great thanks for the joys that we have had and will continue to have. But right now, not tonight. Tonight we must fear his dictator stomps, his Ken Dragon punches. This man came from the streets, ladies and gentlemen. So be warned. Magoo the Duck, this man's mix is unshakable, unreactable, unremixable. When he's down, he does what few players ever do. He digs harder, fights back harder. Cannot wait to see what his showing in the Champion Edition tonight is going to look like. Ash, the moderator who just literally never stops working, the engine with no batteries, the RoboCop of our young community, always vigilant to keep us safe. Most importantly, he's a bro and loves playing all games. He'll play your game if you ask him, in fact, no problem, and views this hobby as a people-first, game-second ordeal, which honestly makes him kind of a rare example of what can only be described as a, perfect human being, based on my calculations, of course. Oh, and did I mention he is a killer in King of Fighters? Yeah, you all better watch that. And lastly, Kuma coming in last minute, the mama bear that tore out and ate the page in the dictionary that has the word quit in it. She's relentless and a fierce Street Fighter 6 competitor, and is no stranger to handicaps in the ring. This is her first taste of Champion Edition competition. Who will suffer her wrath in today's event? Welcome aboard, Kuma. Love you. That's our lineup, folks. Don't think you need me to tell you that this is going to be one stacked event. We have a great show for you tonight. But before we get started, a few brass tacks items we have to get through, parameters for today's event for those joining for the first time, and a reminder to our returning guests. You see, some of our competitors have been playing this game since it came out in 1992. And some of our competitors started playing this game yesterday. Yet all of them, young and old, bright and worn, are equal contenders in today's show. And that's what this is, a show. A show of arms, a show of strength, a show of good times. Win or lose, it's always a GG every single time. Can I get an amen on that? That's what I love to see. Excellent, excellent. And we celebrate our opponent wins today. We empathize with their losses. We punch the air when we win, and we hug our opponent when they're defeated. Love is a choice, and tonight we're all choosing love. Never will we put anyone down for their performance tonight, as they are our family here in Boomerville, whether that be on the big stage or in chat. Can I get an amen on that as well? Lastly, and this is for my chat, my spectators, my rebel rousers, my hooligans in arms, I have a small favor I'd like to ask you. A plea, if you will. If you could do this just one small thing for me, it would be truly wonderful. I hope it isn't too much to ask, but if you can be as obnoxious, as full of hype as you possibly can, in a, as we're raising the roof of this place so hard Twitch has to shut us down kind of way in terms of obnoxiousness, if you can fill the chat with memes, love and fire for the next few hours, well, you'd be doing myself, our competitors, and all of FGCB a noble service. Can we get some noise up in the chat right now here? Let's get some noise. Come on. Let's get some noise. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see. Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. I am so proud. Brings a tear to my eye, not gonna lie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough of me talking. With all that out of the way, it's my distinct honor to introduce you all to the orchestrator of today's event. Without him, none of us would be here enjoying the good vibes of some good old games today. A champion of the past, a bastion of goodwill. Don't mess with him or he'll show you his 1,000-hand slap. He brings the thrill. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to Thrill Ho!
Hey! The hours, the minutes, the seconds, they have all ticked down, and now it is time to find out what it's truly all about. This is Champion Edition
Now, I cannot top an intro like Scare Quotes. Scare Quotes is the man. We all know that. But I did want to say one thing. This is your chance to pick Old Sagat and to make a new frenemy. So let's get it, guys.
Excellent. I couldn't agree more. Remember, Champion Edition Sagat is basically Old Sagat. So there you go. Make some frenemies today. Why don't we go ahead and jump into the rules then?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Thrill, give us the rundown.
Each event is a 1st to 2 tournament. 1st to 2 because that was the way it was done in the old days. So you'll fight 2 rounds against your opponent. Those scores will be reported on Challenge, please. I've posted a graphic for you guys there, and then we'll just move on to the next round. So you'll earn 1 point for each 1st to 2 set that gets won. So that means that it's not per game, but the whole set will earn you 1 point, and you must lock in your character for each tournament in the first match. This is crucial. This means that you pick one main and it cannot be changed for the entirety of the event. There will be no counter picking here. The boomers with the most points at the end of the season is going to be our champion. That means you're going to get a fancy championship belt. You're going to get the acclaims of all of your friends and family. You can join anytime you like. We have no restrictions on that, and there's no penalty if you miss an event. We're not going to hold it against you. And I believe that about covers it, except I feel like there's something we're forgetting. What was that? Oh, yeah, trivia!
That's right, Thrillho. You asked for it. We brought it back. Trivia is back. Let's get the volume back up for those of us that are trying to listen. Thank you so much for making that be honest. Just making sure the audio levels are good. Thanks, team, for keeping us honest on that. Excellent. So yes, team, trivia is back today. Boomers are going to be asked periodically throughout the tournament to ask and answer questions specific about Street Fighter. That's right. It doesn't matter if you're good at the game or not, but if you know your facts, you can still come out on top. Bonus points are going to be awarded to those that get the answers correctly, sometimes fast, sometimes not, including wild cards and bonus points, again, to be used throughout the tournament. The unaffiliated Wheel of Fortune, or the Wheel of RNG as I like to call it, will randomly be picked to choose special conditions throughout each round of the tournament. That's right. You thought this was going to be a fair and balanced game. No, we're going to throw that out the window. Every single round is going to have different parameters, different handicaps, different boosts, different buffs, and we all get to learn a little bit more about our favorite Street Fighter II game that we possibly can. These parameters will include group and individual challenges, so be on the lookout for it. So again, it really behooves you to make sure that you have your facts straight, make sure that you're a competitor in the best way, and it's going to be a good time for everyone, including spectators. Byronix0 says, Factoid, did you know that lighters were invented before matches? What? I don't know if I can top that. See, only in this chat are you getting that kind of facts. Thank you so much for kind of giving us that feedback there. And again, I'm excited to get today started. But let's start things fair, right? I think it's important that we start things fair. What do you think, Thrill? Is it important that we have a fair fight?
Has Street Fighter 2 ever been fair? Come on now.
It isn't, but you know what? I want to make it fair for these folks. I really want their first taste to be as fair as possible. So, if you can all do me the biggest of solids right now, you all have a main that you have picked. You remember what Thrillho said. You pick a main and you're going to stick to that main throughout the entirety of the tournament. No character switching of any kind. Go ahead and list your main in the Fightcade chat right now so we all know who is who. Let's make sure this is a fair fight. Go into the Fightcade chat and list who your main is. Who is your main character? In the words of JP, here's to a fair fight. Exactly. So again, using the Fightcade chat, let's go ahead and list who your main is. Seeds of cheese, that don't count.
I like it.
I love it. Excellent, excellent. Love to see it. Beautiful. Need a couple more names to pop up. We want to make this fair and balanced. Make sure we're holding each other accountable. Who is your main in this lovely game of Champion Edition? Gile. Can't type. It's okay. Gile. Love it, love it, love it. Excellent. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's all 12 competitors. Thank you so much for letting us know who your main is. And you know, we want to make this fair. We want to make this balanced. So here's the truth. For your first match, now that you've given us the information, for your first match in this first round, you cannot pick your main. That's right. No main for this particular round of the match. Correct. You have to pick any other character but your main for this round of the tournament. So again, let me fix the screen right here so you see it correctly. We've got a pretty stacked bracket right here. Our first round, we have competitors Kuma against some Japanese guy, Seas of Cheese against Ash, Super Threk versus Magu, Vampire and Gian Ellis are fulfilling their long rivalry that they've had forever. Lunatic versus Potion Stat, and you can't see it's being cut off, but I got Depressed Met Fan versus No Limits. That's right. We are not going to have you be able to play your mains for this particular match. So, once you've identified who your competitors are in the main chat, I think we're ready to start our first round of tournaments. Just for the first round, you're just going to fight a 1-2 against your competitor, your opponent. Again, Kuma-chan versus some Japanese guy, Guki. Seas of Cheese versus Ash. Super Threk versus Magu. Vampire versus Gian Ellis. Lunatic versus Potion Stat. And Depressed Met Fan versus No Limits. Are there any questions before we get started with today's event? Lunatic says, I bet I play random. Hey, good luck finding the random button, buddy. Street Fighter 2 didn't add that in. I don't think we have any questions, Thrill. I think we are set to go. So if you can hear the stream, you're going to go ahead and start your very first round of matches. Remember, you're not allowed to pick your main. We will know. We will find out. And Thrill is going to be a champion and pop that into the chat for everyone on the Discord as well so they're familiar. And we can go ahead and get started with your first round match. Remember, you don't get to pick your main.
And for this round, we're going to be following Depressed Met Fan versus No Limits.
Oh, I can't wait to see this one. Once they start that match, we will give it a good go. And Depressed Met Fan, you might need to make yourself available within Fightcade so we can get a glimpse of that sweet action.
Oh, the anticipation.
Come on, you guys you're teasing us. They don't want us to see. They don't want us to watch. Thank you so much, Thrill, for being the bastion there. Right. Do I see Depressed Met Fan?
Oh, he's available now.
He's available. They're going to challenge. I can't wait.
You know, as it turns out, I think we can wait because we have to.
Have to wait because there's no limit?
Exactly. And I am getting more and more depressed. Oh, here we go.
There we go. Let me make sure I click on the right one. Let's pop this open. I might have to show audio in a funny way, but we'll make it happen. Oh, God. It just died, didn't it? Let's try it again. Try this again. Technical difficulties. It wouldn't be a Boomer event without technical difficulties. And let's see what we've got here going so far. All right. I'm going to lower the volume just a tad. Make sure volume is up for our streamers. There might be a little bit of echo, but not much I can do about that. Our first match here, we've got No Limit Questing. Chun-Li and Depressed Met Fan E Honda. Thrillo, this is your favorite.
I know, I love it. I can't wait to see the forbidden Honda tech.
Oh, look at that neck breaker kick right there. Oh, went right for the... Was that a jab or a medium punch, you think?
That was a jab.
Killing it for the jab. Remember, there is no chip damage for normals in this game, but specials do lots of chip damage. Ooh, 1000-hand slap. You can't walk with the 1000-hand slap in this version of the game.
Headbutt through Chun-Li's kicks, very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Look good, going for the throw!
Try to use the hands to create some space. Oh, but cannot refuse the throw from Chun-Li.
Cannot. Also, in this version of Street Fighter, you get to see Q shouting from the docks, really wanting you to win. He's on your side on this one. Thrill has an echo. Got it. Thank you. Don't know if I can avoid that, but I will try.
Oh, those lightning kicks from Chun-Li.
Rough. I just tried to fix one thing. How's the echo now? Geometry or no more continues?
Am I echoing?
We set this all up yesterday, fixed all the echo, and it came back this morning. So it might be something we'll have to filter through. But you know what, Thrillho, you're worth listening to twice, I have to say.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Yeah. So No Limit is 1 up. Yes, he is. He is speaking to us from
Heavy
beyond the time
pressure.
portal. Ooh, getting that lightning kick. That was a light lightning kick right there. Pressuring with the OS in the throw. Up, going for the jab, into the medium punch, into the throw. Again, No Limit's got the tech.
Ooh, the double dirty throws. I like it.
All right, Thrill, I tried one more thing. Make sure they can hear you. Up, Depressed Met Fan doing the stun, the study. Oh, there's the squeeze.
Oh, the stare down and then the mighty call out from Honda.
Seriously. In the mangaka of Street Fighter 2, there's a very famous scene where E Honda squeezes Chun-Li and does something to her chestal area. Not appropriate. Yes, Seas of Cheese, we should be reporting the results in Challenge.
Yes, please. When you finish, report your scores on
Depressed Met Fan brought it back 1-1. We got Depressed Met Fan against No Limits. Elder. This is tight. Again, these are people that are playing characters they don't normally play. Maybe if they had a back pocket main, this is who they are. But right now, they are not playing their main.
Oh, Depressed Met Fan starting to zone a little bit with those hands. Starting to figure out that Honda style.
Lunatic is saying that in Challenge, it's still in preview mode. Can't report yet.
That's not the case. That's a big lie.
All right.
I definitely hit the start button. We are all good to go now.
Okay. This is it. Can Depressed Man bring it back? Volume low on Thrill. Oh, get back to fix. How about now? How's Thrill sound now?
How am I sounding now, everyone? Oh, the dizzy. Oh, Depressed Met Fan comes back from the dizzy. That looked like a for sure end. No Limits trying to play it safe. Oh,
Could be anything.
does not anti-air. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Spinning bird kick. What an answer. Thank you, Gia. You're keeping us honest. We're just getting the kinks worked out. That's all. We're all champions here. Practice no one. That way everyone is your potential main. Love it, Loudest. That's exactly how we do it here. This is a tight match, folks. We just saw some crazy stuff that I haven't seen in quite a long time. Ooh. No Limit loves the roundhouse. Using the roundhouse to much acclaim, but getting challenged by it right now by Depressed. Ugh.
beautiful air to air.
Oh, this
Nice
is tight.
hands from Depressed Met Fan.
Nope, you can't do that with the spinning bird kick. Not in this game.
Oh! Beautiful damage off those lightning kicks.
What an incredible match. What an incredible match. Great job, all players. Fantastic. We've got our standings. Let's go ahead and see how things are looking. All right, we got a lot of twos. 2 for 2 for 2 for 2. Depressed Met Fan looks like he's going to be able to report that he got 2 and No Limit got 1. Or wait, is the scores right? Hold on. That was Depressed Smash Fans game, right?
Yes, it was.
All right.
And we do have that reported 2-1.
Okay, just making sure my screen is not being honest. There we go. Beautiful. See it. Beautiful. Okay. That's a pretty good first round, folks. And I think that was, fair and balanced. So don't worry. You can now select your mains moving forward. We just wanted to make sure that things are fair moving forward. I'm just kidding. We're not going to be fucking fair at all today. So we're going to start our very, very first round of trivia. And specifically for our trivia round, this is only applicable to our newcomers today. So that's right. Trivia for tonight. Only our newcomers. So all people that have been part of our events before, don't worry, you'll have your opportunity, your chance to answer questions. But for right now, this is only for our newcomers. All our brand new participants for today's challenge. You get to answer trivia questions throughout today's journey. So again, these are going to be points that Thrillhell is going to be tracking on the back end. It's going to be added as bonus points on top of your bracket wins. So again, anyone could potentially win depending on how they do in these trivia questions. So we got a breather. Oh, Luna's taking a breath. Absolutely, right? So again, Luna won't be able to, Gianellis won't be able to, but all of our newcomers, you get to answer these questions. And yeah, I fucking love that poster too, Gianellis. It's such a classic. So let's get right into things. This is our trivia. This is our moment to shine. This round is exclusive newcomers. As I said before, legacy competitors, you're not allowed to answer. And again, it's always a good time to jump in on the Champion Edition. So every time we, meaning myself and Thrillho and FGCB does an event for Champion Edition, newcomers always get an advantage when it comes to answering questions. So again, you're always going to have at least one or two questions that allow to give you a little bit of an edge against your legacy competitors. And this is a seasonal event, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So you always have an opportunity to get back into stride. So let's get into trivia. So my new competitors, here's my question for you. Fighting games are forward-facing today. Frame data and hitboxes are readily available at any player's fingertips, along with training modes and features that account for every known situation and variable into play. God, we live in the best timeline. But it didn't always used to be that way. In fact, Street Fighter II's code was hand-programmed with simple functions and basic RNG staggers and exponentials. Nothing was done using an algorithm, everything was done by hand, no advanced computations here. Even still, Akira Nishitani, lead creator of Street Fighter II and company, wanted to instill the feeling of fighting and always being one move away from losing or winning. To do so, Street Fighter's code has many random variables that differ. No same identical matches will give the same outcome, in fact. Which of the facets below are randomly generated in all versions of Street Fighter II? I'm going to list them below, and you're going to capture every single one that you think applies and list them in the Fightcade chat so Thrillho can keep track of your score. You get one answer. Go ahead and select your answers. Is it hit damage, throw damage, dizzy, stun values, timer speed, stage length and width, stage-specific speed, frame pacing, input windows, throw reversals, i.e. who gets the throw on reversal, and push block. Again, select all the ones you think apply here, and this is only for our newcomers. I'll give you a few minutes to tally up your ideas and what you think. Jesus saying C and I, okay. No Limits is saying B and C. And by the way, my chat friends, feel free to flood the chat with what you think are the right answers. Who knows, maybe a spectator might win some points. How can a spectator win points? Tune in and you'll find out. Potion Stat says A, B, C. Magu says B, C. Super Threat says C and B. Where's the choice for vomit dripping or dropping? Yeah, we didn't include that. Yanela says all of the above. But Yanela's can't play, so he doesn't get points. But use that as an influence. Let's see what happens. All right, is that everyone, Thrill? Keep me honest here.
Oh, let's have a look here. Yes, sir, I do believe we have them.
Okay. Potion Stats is always charge and be my answer. All right, newcomers. Again, this was your opportunity to get some points on the board. For every correct answer you got a point. Thrill's going to be making sure to track that for you. But now, here's the answers to your questions. These are the 5 instances if all of versions of Street Fighter 2 that have RNG to them. Hit damage is always random. Throw damage is random. Dizzy and stun values are completely random. Throw reversals, meaning who gets the throw upon wake up, and push block, all random variables in the game code. Now, you might be thinking, isn't there more than just that? Well, what you're actually thinking of. Timer speed, frame pacing, and input windows. Those specific facets are only random variables in 2 games called Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. World Warrior, Champion Edition, the version of the game we're playing today, and Super Street Fighter 2 New Challengers do not have these issues. And then lastly, stage length and stage width and stage specific speeds. You'd be right in thinking they are completely different on a per stage basis, but that's not RNG, they're just different and they are fixed, consistent values. So again, round of applause to everyone that answered the questions in the chat. Thrillho, how are we looking in terms of people's standings right now?
Oh, I'm just tallying up the score still. However, it's looking like we're going to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, about a 4-way tie going right now. We have Magoo the Duck, Potion Stat, No Limits, Seas of Cheese 929, who all did very well on the trivia, and that has bumped them all up to 3 points thus far. But we do have Super Threk holding at just 2 points. We've got Vampire in a Box holding at 1 point, and Koki and Luanatic, of course, holding their 1 and 1 from their wins. So it's still very much anybody's game.
Well, we have a 4-way tie, so Thrill, I think it's up to you to choose which one of them gets to spin the Wheel of RNG.
Aha, that's definitely going to have to be my friend Super Threk. Super Threk, relatively new to our Street Fighter 2 community, was very excited for this tournament and trained for it specifically in the weeks leading up to it. So if anybody deserves it, it is definitely our new friend Super Threk.
Excellent. Great choice. I couldn't agree more. So as you can see on my screen here, we've got the Tonight Wheel, also known as the Wheel of RNG. That's going to dictate some bonuses, buffs, or possibly debuffs for the next couple of rounds for ourselves. And Super Threk, my friend, you have the option of spinning the wheel, or you can say, you know what, I don't want to spin the wheel this time. What is your choice, my friend? Go ahead and tell me in the Fightcade chat. What are you feeling today? A lot of people want to see the wheel, but again, it's Super Threk's decision. We love the wheel. Super Threk. Just pop it into Fightcade chat. Spin! Spoin, as he says. Love it. All right. We're going to spin the wheel. And as a reminder, this could affect just Super Threk. It could affect everyone. Let's find out. We're playing a game of chance here. What's it gonna land on, Thrill? What's it gonna land on? Something's banned. What's banned? What is banned? Oh, all characters with a fireball are banned this coming round. So this coming round, you get to choose your main, but if your main is a fireball character, Ryu, Ken, Guile, Sagat, or Dalsim, you are not allowed to select that character. You must pick someone else, my friend. This applies to all competitors for this upcoming round. Holy cow, what a one to pick. If you don't like the rule, blame Super Threk. It was all their fault. But if you love the rule, you can blame me. I'll take all of the credit for it. So once again, all Fireball characters are banned. You will select your main. If your main is a Fireball character, you must pick someone else other than Ryu, Ken, Guile, Sagat, and Dalsim. So again,
this does not apply to the human Fireball himself, the dictator.
Of course. Unfortunately, he does not vacate a fireball from his body. He just turns himself on fire for that. So, our upcoming rounds coming up. Looking at my stats here. Potion stat, 1st to 2 against Depressed Met. No Limits against Kuma. Gianellis versus Luna. Magoo versus Vampire. Ash versus Super Threk. And some Japanese guy versus Seas of Cheese. You know your assignments, friends. Go ahead and pick your main if you can, but if it's a fireball character, you must pick someone else. Go ahead and start your matches. Thank you, Thrill for keeping us honest on that one. And Thrill, who are we watching this time?
It's going to be Ash FGCB. I love the gang tag versus Super Threk.
Love it. Love to see it.
Going to be interested to see what all that work has done for Super Threk's game. He came into Champion Edition as a complete newbie just a couple of weeks ago. But we do know that Ash is very solid in every fighting game he touches. It does not matter. You could put one in front of him right now and he's going to be better than average.
Absolutely. He's got fundies for it. We've already got a lot of our matches starting. Just waiting for Ash to come back. Ash might be in not available, so he's not accepting challenges. Remember, folks, if you want someone to be able to challenge you, make sure that you are making yourself available within Fightcade itself. Thank you, Papter. Thank you so much. Byronic's got a factoid. Arby's is named after the initials for their founders, the Raffle brothers. It is a coincidence that it also works as the initials for roast beef, which they serve simply to differentiate themselves from fast food hamburger joints. I love that fact. I love that fact. And Ash's match is starting. It's a 1st to 2. You got it. It's 1st to 2. Let's go ahead and get this match going. There it is. Beautiful, beautiful. Here we go. So Ash is picking Balrog. Oh, you like this one, Thrill. Super Threat.
Yeah, you betcha.
Is Claw himself.
Claw, very annoying in Street Fighter 2 if he can keep you at range with those claws of his, if he can mix you up with those jumps. But to beat him, you do exactly what you're seeing in front of you. You bully him, you trap him.
Tricky one, because this is I love Champion Edition. It's a wonderful game, but I'd say this is the character, Boxer specifically, that needed a little bit more tweaking. But you know what? You wouldn't know for match, because Ash just makes it look easy.
Having no low option from his special punches really hurts the character.
And Paptard is in the behind the scenes, doing something with predicting how people are doing. Thank you, Papter. We didn't ask for that, but you know what? You're a man of the people. How many hits for Vega to lose Claw? I believe it's 14. 14 hits, whether it's blocked or not. That's the thing. If he blocks 14 hits, he loses the Claw.
Correct. Now doing a good job of identifying that weakness to lows that Boxer has.
There we go. The Claw is gone. It does not affect damage in this version of the game, but it does affect reach. Oh, man. Ash is making this look easy. But you know what? It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight because in order for Claw to really succeed, he has to get in. He has to walk fast and get in. And Boxer's one good damage ratio is right when he's right next to you. So it's tough. Eagleback says it might be 13 hits. I believe it's on the 14th hit that the Claw does disengage. Oof.
And we had the nice anti-air slide there early on from Vega. Now he's dizzy.
Throw.
Now, don't forget there's extra risk every time Boxer jumps in, as there's no trip guard in Champion Edition.
Correct.
And Vega does have a nice long, low slide. Oh, the big call out with the punch.
Slide is unsafe though, so I think Super Thrak is learning that and trying to adjust accordingly. So this is match point for Ash. It's almost a combo. Ash is learning. Ash has been, I think he's secretly been playing every single character. He knew how this event was going to go. Oh!
Again, a nice call out with the punch, and there's the dizzy. That's definitely going to wrap it up.
That's it. Great games, both competitors. Super Threk, really impressive. We saw the learning curve happen in real time. That's always really exciting for these types of events. So thank you all for giving us that display. Other matches are wrapping up as we speak. I'm curious to see how those are going to look at in the future. So Thrill, I'd love to ask you a question. What makes Champion Edition in your mind special?
Well, are we talking personally, or are we talking the technicals of the game? Because Champion Edition was my first fighting game. I had Special Champion Edition, in fact, on the Sega Genesis. Had a 6-button controller for it. It was a hand-me-down from my older brother. It was also the first fighting game I ever completed with every character. So it's clearly a very special game to me in that regard. But if we're talking technicalities, I really like the thunk, the thwack, the feeling of impact from every blow in Champion Edition. You just don't get that anywhere else. It's that slower pace, but that high impact that I love.
Oh, I love that. It's such a multifaceted answer. What I love about that, Thrill, is your love for it is personal. Most importantly, talking about that audio engineering done by Yoko Shimomura, right? Yoko Shimomura did all of the sound design for the game, including all of the sound effects, and she specifically wanted the game to be so loud and obnoxious it would catch your ear walking by it. Sadly, that is something that changed when it went to the CPS2 hardware, but for these early CPS1 games, Street Fighter II Champion Edition included, we certainly hear that thwack, and I couldn't agree more. I love that sound effect, so thank you. Excellent, excellent. Looks like some Japanese guy and Seas of Cheese are wrapping up their matches, and things are coming up. So Luna is doing pretty well. Depressed Met fans doing pretty well. But you know what? All of our competitors, this is a game where things are fast, things are fluid. These are not easy games to win, even if you know how to play the game. You saw our first attempt, myself between Thrillho and myself. I won't spoil the details. Hopefully you watched it. If you didn't, go watch it. But if you did watch it, it's tight, tough. All right. Excellent. Ocean Stats to see Sagat, sub-boss, enraged me so much as a child. I did my first rage quit and threw the game out the window. What? That's an expensive game.
Oh, I completely understand it, though. Something about Sagat back then was just impossible for us to beat. And the funny thing is now, when I go back and play Champion Edition, it's Zangief. Zangief is the menace. He always was. Sagat, now that I've learned fundamentals, isn't that bad. But back then, we just didn't know. And Sagat, he ate us up.
Else is asking to show the screenshot of my loss. He had no health. Let me see if I can. The game's not up. I don't know if we can track it, but we will definitely see about that. There's a lot of 0-pixel losses and wins in this game, one of the trademarks of this, and I'm sorry. But you know what? It was fun, right? That's the most important thing. All right, we've got all our matches. I think it's time for us to get into round 3 of our tournament. And I think, again, we need to have another one spin at the wheel. So again, we had Super Threk before Spin the Wheel. Who's number 2 in that pile of Thrillho of the 4 people that got tied for the trivia?
Oh, let's see. We've been updating the score as we go along, but we definitely had No Limits in there as one of our ties, and Potion Stat at the time was tied as well. So either or could definitely take a spin at the wheel.
Let's give it to you, Potion Stat. If you're watching, do you want to spin the wheel? You have the option of saying no, by the way. I'm a fair and balanced, overlord when it comes to Street Fighter 2. So close. Potion Stat, back when physical media could take that abuse. Yeah, cartridges couldn't they? Nowadays, it's digital if you have it that way, or a CD disc of some kind. Potion Stat says spin the wheel. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's spin it. Let's see what happens. What do we think? What's going to happen? Are they going to get a buff, a debuff? A historic match!
Yes. I'm so excited.
This applies to all competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain. If you watched the B3 tournament, Street Fighter Alpha 2, between Alex Valles Ryu and John Choi's Ken, you would have seen one of the greatest Street Fighter matches of all time, and we're bringing that over to you here in Champion Edition. How this works is quite simple. Whoever player 1 is, you have to pick Ken. Whoever player 2 is, you have to pick Ryu. And if player 2 Ryu loses the first match, they must switch characters to Sagat in the run back. They have to go ahead and represent that Alex Valle versus John Choi historic match from 1996 at the Battle by the Bay tournament here in North and SoCal. Once again, player 1 is Ken, player 2 is Ryu. This applies to all competitors. And whoever is player 2 Ryu, if you lose the first match, you have to switch characters to Sagat. Let's go ahead and make sure that's clear to our competitors in the Fightcade chat right now. E1 Ryu, E1 Ken, E2 Ryu. E2 Ryu changes to Sagat. First match loss. If it happens. I'm so excited. We're just gonna get nothing but Ryu and Ken matches, but it's a classic match all around. So, you've got your assignments, you know the rule, you know what you're supposed to do. We're all reliving this classic match moment. Let's go ahead and start round 3 of the tournament. That's right, Yanellis, that's how we're doing it. Everyone is a Ryu-Ken matchup. But again, if player 2 Ryu loses, they get to switch to Sagat, just like Alex Valle did in the Battle by the Bay tournament back in 1996. That's right, Smoke Rodeo. Battle of the Bay was the precursor to EVO, so we are literally reliving significant monumental history right now. So if you haven't started already, let's go ahead and start your matches. And who are we watching today, Thrill?
We have Luanatic versus Magoo the Duck. Interestingly, we're not going to see Luanatic's dictator, who has been kind of tyrannizing the field so far.
Once Lunatic starts, we'll go ahead and play the match. Genesis says, so I am Ken. Yes. All right, here we go. Hey, let's get this guy. Oop. I dropped it. That was my bad. No, the match ended, actually. What happened?
Oh, we might have had a crash.
Yeah, we did. Lunatic, if you just want to start that again.
There's no getting out of this, Lunatic. You can't use dictator.
Blocking that individual. Sorry about that, guys. Start the match again. Let's do it.
And a quick update, we have Vampire in a Box leading the field now with a combination of trivia wins doing big damage there as on top of their regular win. But it's still only 1 point between him and second place.
Here we go. This is it. So, for those of you that are familiar, John Choi stuck to his main Ken. I won't spoil the ending if you haven't seen that, but it's such an amazing match. The active learning John Choi did as Ken, and Alex Valle, when he finally was at the match point, changed to Sagat. Let's see what's going on here. Lunatic is doing that Ken damage. You know, I've been telling Luna for a while, I think he's a secret Ken main, but he won't ever listen to me.
Oh, no, he's a secret Ryu main.
Yeah, you think so? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Jump in, roundhouse for the win. Magoo trying to stick to those fireballs, but against Ken, you know, he's just Ken enough.
Round 2.
Yep, loudest mute. We go ahead and took care of the spam bot. Thank you so much. You know what? That means we're popular. Why else would we get spam? Ooh! Love that slow down, that big chunky fireball. Up. Mash the DP. Mash the DP.
It is a viable strategy. It's not just messing around. Very nice reversal. Uppercut. Magoo trying to find an answer to this constant pressure from Luanatic. Nice sweep.
Low forward.
Oh, but
might have been a
there's
fireball, and there's the DP. Block, block, block.
the DP.
What's the main difference between Ryu and Ken in this one besides Flaming DP? So in Champion Edition, Ken does not have a Flaming Dragon Punch. They gave that to him in Super. But the big difference is the following. They are almost identical with two major differences. 3 actually. Ken's fireballs are slower and have less recovery than Ryu. Ken's Dragon Punch sweeps larger in a horizontal arcing motion. And his hurricane kicks have a do not knock down, but rather combo. And here we go! Magu changed to Sagat. Oh, this could be amazing. And you just saw right there the hurricane kick cross up from on Wake Up. That's a Champion Edition staple in this game. Does Ryu switch to Sagat if they lose game 2? That is correct, C's. That's what happens. Ryu switches to Sagat if they lose game 2.
Round 2. Fight.
Oof. Oh, Tiger to the face.
Nice opening pressure.
Oh, that was smart.
Tiger. Uppercut.
Luna
You can see
likes that
Magoo
combo.
is starting to figure out what he needs to do, but is it going to be in time?
Oh, that was so smart. Doing that
Very
low
nice
Tiger
upgrading.
slow. Ooh, good
Getting
job with the
distance.
jab. Ooh.
Oh, huge Tatsu,
that's
and
it.
goes through the Tiger shot.
Oh no!
Oh,
There was like 3 moments when it almost ended, but it didn't. That's how fast Champion Edition is. Great job, everyone. Great job. Excellent matches all around. Excellent, excellent. So once again, yes, hopefully that answers your question. No more continues. That is the difference between Ryu and Ken. They are different. They might not look like they're different, but they are different in this game. World Warrior, they were identical, with one small exception. But if you tuned into the last section, you'd know what that one small exception was. Block the fireball to put some T on, finish the taxes, block another fireball. Heck yeah, Potion, you know how it is. Excellent. All right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So how are we doing so far with our matches? Let's take a look. Yeah, that Ken cross up, that is absolutely sick. Luna, I'm glad you discovered that. I've been trying to tell you. It's one of the reasons Ken's really good in this game. Might want to check that out a little bit more. Factoid, Shakespeare invented the word eyeball. Maybe. But you know what? Keep them coming. You can see
that's
that being true.
just weird enough to be true.
Yeah. All right, so let's make sure we get looking at the brackets here. Sorry, guys. All right, they are coming through. Maybe make sure to log your scores in if you can. This is looking good. I'm loving it. I am loving it. All right, and so while we were waiting for that, you know what? I think it's time for a little bit more trivia. What do you think, Thrill?
Oh, absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's do a little bit more trivia. So, we're now going to open up this particular question to all competitors. Everyone can do this. And just as a reminder, in case you need me to tell you, Google is not your friend, okay? If you Google some of these questions or answers, I will know you Google search them, and Google will tell you the wrong answer. I'm not making this up. So let's test your OG Streets knowledge today. All people can go ahead and chime into their answers for this particular question, and to do so, you'll be doing it in the Fightcade chat. So, Street Fighter II Champion Edition was actually in development before Capcom headquarters in Japan requested it, believe it or not. Akira Nishitani, the lead creative designer of the game, was actually tinkering with the original World Warrior code all by himself, adding new moves, cleaning up some animations, fixing bugs, as well as adding new features like mirror matches and playable bosses. Again, well ahead of Capcom HQ actually requesting and asking for it. Yet, there was one very important, quiet little itty-bitty feature that Akira implemented in Champion Edition. This feature would change fighting games forever and be a genre staple moving forward. No single modern fighting game doesn't have this feature. Such a genre-defining feature would be expected to be met with universal praise, but it might surprise you that Capcom headquarters wasn't convinced it was a worthwhile change. In fact, according to them, they would have much preferred Akira did something about those pesky throws and removed blocking altogether, because those elements were cheap. They also got in the way of profits. By the way, if you tuned into the first session of our Champion Edition tonight, you would know that actually blocking was a feature that Capcom never even wanted to include in the game. It was Akira that added blocking. So again, stands to reason that Capcom certainly wanted Akira to remove blocking. So here's the question. They didn't do that. What was the feature that was added in Champion Edition specifically that no other fighting game currently right now Does not have. Every fighting game has this, and it's all thanks to Champion Edition. Free write your answer. Let's see what you have. Gianella says training mode. Combo counter. Invincible DPs. Remember, all competitors can answer. In the chat, we've got throw teching, we've got training modes, we've got plus frames. Mirror matches. To press, I'll give you another go at that one because I already told you mirror matches was a feature. What is the specific feature? A versus mode, throw reversals. This one's tricky, isn't it, Thrill?
Oh, yeah. But you know what? I'm proud to say I got this one right.
Combo into specials? Not quite. Ash is asking, what's the question? I'll give it back to you again, my friend. So, there is a genre-defining feature that was added to Champion Edition. It was little, it was tiny, and Capcom HQ was not thrilled that they added it. In fact, they would have preferred that Akira had done something about throws and blocking instead, because they thought that was cheap. And what was this feature? Hopefully that helps you, Ash. I can't play and watch the stream at the same time. All right, we gotcha. Thrill, you have the copy of the deck. Can you copy in the chat? Or let's see. He's got it, Thrill. Thank you so much. And I'll tell you what, Ash.
No worries.
You've given us a great opportunity because so far, no one has given us the right answer, and I'm so kind, I want to give you all a hint. So you know what? I'll give you one more shot to get this one right. This is tricky. Here's your hint. When Capcom HQ told Akira to fix blocking and throwing in the corner, his response was, I just did. So there you go. There's your last opportunity. Ash says combos. Everyone has an opportunity to answer one more time because, again, no one's gotten it quite right. Seconds to put in your answers. The power of friendship? Yeah, that's great. Parrying, delay teching. Discussing it in voice, good to know. More stages, all right. All right, Thrill, is that everyone? Wake up DP, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we need 2 more people to answer. Give you 30 seconds left before I drop the hammer on y'all. Ian Ellis is putting a third answer in there. That's cheating, buddy, but it's okay. I see
everything.
I get you. All right, Thrill, I know you're capturing the answers and who got it right. Let's give a point to Vampire as well. It's like half right.
Yeah, I agree. That's half right.
That's half right. So, when I gave you the hint, you all got it right. The reversals. Let's talk about this. In Street Fighter, done in one frame, that's 1/60th of a second, any character can use their special moves to break guard and retaliate. Akira Nishitani made sure that he ensured that all block strings have at least a 1-frame gap, a 1-frame window in which you can do this. This was not possible in World Warrior prior. He added this to Champion Edition. If their move has any invincible properties, of course, it becomes unavoidable and practically invincible. And from this, because the reversal was invented, we saw shimmying, baiting reversals, baiting tick throws, etc. It created the holy grail, the trinity, the rock, paper, scissors of fighting games that we know it today. And we all have thanks to Champion Edition as a result of this. So again, we'll give kudos to everyone that got the answer right on the second try, reversals. We'll also give a point to Vampire for getting that right. Did C have any form of an input buffer? It did. It actually did. In fact, it was one of the few instances where they worked very hard to make input buffering easier than it was in Street Fighter 1. Great question, Potion. Great question. And there's no backdash since Champion Edition. That is correct. No backdashing at all. There is an input buffer of some kind, but it's small. It's very small compared to what we have here. It works for cancels. It does not work for supers. That is a fact I don't have in my head right now. But I want to say something like 3 frames? Very small window. No, I think it's 5. But I'll triple check that. The Shi in Nishitani is for Shimmy. Thanks so much for that. Excellent. What game was the first to add a training mode? I could answer that, or I could wait until some later event down the line to answer that question. What do you think, Thrill? I should wait for another event to answer that question.
Oh, absolutely wait for another event.
Yeah, all right. All right, so we got our brackets, we've got our points. Thrill, how are we looking so far in terms of rankings?
Vampire in a Box is actually leading with 6 points just due to some awesome trivia performance. We have a tie for second between Koki and No Limits, and that's Koki with 3 fight wins and 2 trivia points, and No Limits with 4 trivia points and a fight win. So it really depends. You know, if you do well with your trivia, you can definitely hang in there and compete. After that, we have it looks like a 4-way tie for third. Loana takes the Cheese, Push and Stat, and Magoo the Duck. We have another tie for fourth, Depressed Met Fan and Super Threk. And then down at the bottom, we have Kuma, Gianellis, and Ash FGCB. You may be at the bottom of the points list, but you are not bottom of my heart. Or is that? Would you be at the bottom of the heart if I loved you the most? It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's a weird expression.
I'm not a doctor.
Right?
I'm not a doctor.
From the bottom of my heart, where all my aortas are failing, that's where I love you the most. Not the top? That's weird.
Not the top?
Weird. Yeah. All right, so it sounds like Vampire in a Box is leading. So Vampire, do you want to spin the wheel? Go ahead and pop it into FightK chat and let me know if you want to spin the wheel. And if you don't, it's okay. I won't object. It's fine. You won't hurt my feelings. Vampire says spin it. All right, let's go, boys. Let's do this. What are we gonna get this time? If we get the same thing, I might veto it, but let's see what we get this time. I'm so excited. Oh, another historic match.
Oh, yes, I love it.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Wheel is love, wheel is life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna relive this historic match from Korea and China in 2007. Back in the day, Korea once thought that they were the greatest Street Fighter Champion Edition players of all time, and China's like, nah, you're not. And invited Korea to fly down to China in a huge rivalry. And no one from Korea could beat one player from China. In this big legendary matchup between Hang Bai-di and Dashi Ji, player 1 was Dictator, that's Hang Bai-di, and player 2 was Sim, Dashi Ji, who was considered not a very good competitive player or not a good character in this game, but was dominating even Dictator. So, for this specific matchup, player 1 is Dictator, player 2 is Dalsim. For all competitors. Lunatic's like, fuck, I'm player 2. Oh, thank fuck, I'm P1. The wheel does not favor me. I'm sorry, Vampire. You had the option of saying no to the wheel, but you went for it anyway. And I appreciate your sportsmanship. It's okay. We're going to take care of you for it. All right, so once again, looking at the brackets, we're in round 4. I thought we'd be round 5 by now, but round 4, Ash versus Luna. Gianellis versus No Limits, Magoo versus Depressed Met Fan, Potion Stat versus Kuma, Some Japanese Guy versus Vampire, and Seas of Cheese versus Super Threk. You know your challenge. Player 1 is Dictator. Player 2 is Sim. Go ahead and start your matches now.
And for this match, we're going to be looking at Potion Stat and Kuma-chan.
All right, I'm excited. You know, Kuma is a force to be reckoned with. The Wheel of Fate is turning. There we go.
I love these historic matches. They highlight just the depth of competition and the long legacy that Champion Edition has, but also it highlights that every character is viable. There is no character that cannot win in this game.
That is correct. So here we go. Kuma versus Sim. I've never seen Kuma play Dalsim ever. Potion stats going right for the cheese. What can Kuma do here? Using the long limbs, learning. Yep. Oh. Oh, look at that stuff.
Starting to zone already, very nice. You love to see the learning on the fly.
About to say, I love watching Kuma learn.
And as we all know, Dalsim he's tricky. You got to get into a certain headspace to play Dalsim right.
Absolutely. I think for this matchup, we need to see Dalsim really unlock those drills. So we'll see if we see some of that today. And you're right, Dalsim is tricky. He's not quite a zoner, but he kind of is a zoner. He's kind of a middle character in this game. Oop, that could have been a throw. Oh, going for the air to fierce. Potion stat knows who he's messing with. Oh, the air stomp in the air.
I love it.
Oh, that's point one for potion
throw.
stat. Throws are deadly in this game.
So opting for zoning with Dalsim, it's a decent approach. I think it's probably the safest way to go if you're just starting out, but I'd love to see some aggressive drills against Bison.
That's his secret weapon.
That is absolutely
There
his
we
secret
go.
weapon. There it is. There it is. So interestingly, there are instances where it's actually better to take the hit from Bison rather than block his Psycho Crusher.
Blocking the Psycho Crusher, if the Bison player knows what they're doing, will ultimately lead to death. In Street Fighter 2, as counterintuitive as it sounds, blocking can sometimes kill you. Oh, he's learning. He's using the old tech. Putting that pressure in. Oh, there's the drill right for the low foot. Love that. Yes, the Bison special does a ton of damage on block. In fact, it does more damage on block than it does on hit, no more. There's your fun fact of the day. Oh, that was supposed to be a drill, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was a good
absolutely.
showing. Again, we're throwing you curveballs. These are competitors that did not know what they were signing up for this match. And I'm sure they're all cursing me and Thrill Hell right now in the back, but that's what this is all about. It's about loving the game, doing the best you can with all the RNG thrown at you. So let's see, we got a couple more matches wrapping up here. See how they do, and let's look at the brackets. Make sure to load up your scores in Challenge once you finish that, my friends. So you grew up on the Sega Genesis version of the Special Champion Edition. Is that correct, my friend Thrill?
Yes, sir, it is.
Oh, yes. Some people grew up with the Super Nintendo version of Turbo, which includes Champion Edition in it if you select the normal option in that game.
Yeah, I was one of those kids who grew up in a small rural community, no arcade. And even in that community, you would find Street Fighter 2 maybe at the post office, maybe at the video rental store. It's hard to overstate how popular Street Fighter 2 was in the 90s. It was absolutely everywhere.
You absolutely could. You're right. It was literally everywhere. It was the Fortnite of its day, if I'm being honest. It was everywhere. It was huge. And again, we're getting to relive a lot of that right now today. So once again, Ash and Luna and C's and Super Threk, once you're set with your matches, make sure to load that up into chat. Let's keep things moving along then. How are things looking, Thrill? Who's on top? Is Vampire still on top?
I'm still tabulating. It is looking like Vampire's going to hold the lead, but I'll let you know if that changes.
You know what? I'm an awful dictator. I want to switch things up a bit. Hey, Byronic, are you in the chat right now? Give me a wave or a hi if you're in the chat right now for Twitch. By the way, I love your factoid. It would take 19 minutes to fall to the center of the earth. Love it. Potion Stat says, my local arcade didn't get rid of their Street Fighter cab until they replaced it with X-Men versus Street Fighter. A truly auspicious day. You know what? I'm not one to say one game is better than the other, but man, what a gift that was back then, right? Byronic, we're going to give you a gift. You've been giving us lovely factoids, and I want to give you the opportunity to spin the wheel. But here's the most important thing. I want you to select who you're spinning the wheel for. Who are you spinning the wheel for of our 12 competitors today? Yanela says, Sailor Moon S coming soon. Yes, absolutely. We got a private lobby for that. Super excited for that. Lauda says, roller rinks, pizza shops. There was a series of carnies in my youth who would haul about 24 cabinets from one county fairgrounds to another. Wow. Yanela says, spin the wheel. But Byronic says, we are spinning the wheel specifically for Kuma. Okay. So we're going to spin the wheel for our friend Kuma right now. If she's watching the chat, hopefully she can see. Whatever happens now, this applies to her. So let's see what happens. Kuma, you have been voted for here. This is how we do things here in the FGCB. We sponsor each other for good and for evil. What are we going to land on? What are we going to land on? What are we going to land on? Oh my gosh. Is it another? Is it another? Is it another? The Tomo special!
Is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, it just got over.
And it went, oh my gosh, guys, this happened for Kuma. Of all players, I am so happy for Kuma right now. So, we get to play in the legendary SoCal Street Fighter II players' favorite matchup. So Tomohiro was a legend in the California area. He was the greatest Street Fighter player of all time until he just vanished and retired, you know, because he had other things he had to do. But during his time, during Champion Edition, Hyper Fighting, and even Super, his favorite matchup in the world was Ryu versus Guile. So here's the question. Is Kuma player 2? Is Kuma player 2?
Oh,
no,
Kuma is
she's
player
Ryu.
1. Yeah.
Oh, she's playing the opposite of her favorite matchup.
The wheel giveth and the wheel taketh.
The Wheel of RNG. So here's how this works, folks. Player 1 is Ryu. Player 2 is Guile. This is Street Fighter. This applies to all competitors. We're going to be playing a real Street Fighter match for this particular round. So once again, chat, you know your assignment. Player 1 is Ryu. Player 2 is Guile. Once you have that all set to go, you are ready to begin your next bracket.
This time around,
5. Yes.
Let's have a look at Kuma's match this time around. I think it's only fitting. It'll be Kuma versus Super Threk.
We absolutely have to. Good call out there, my friend. One Ryu. P2 Gile. Did I just see Shinace's go? Nope. Still waiting.
Nope, not quite.
We're waiting. I'm so sorry, Kuma, but the wheel does that. We tried.
And it's anybody's game at this point. We ended up having a 3-way tie for first between Vampire in a Box, Potion Stat, and Cookie. And it's close all the way down, so fight hard, guys.
How this goes. Now, Kuma is a very good Ryu player in Street Fighter 6 and a good Guile player. So let's see how that adaptability goes. So Super Threk using the charge inputs on his brand new controller. Charge back. Yeah, the timing is tough in this particular game.
And this is, in my eyes, the quintessential Street Fighter 2 matchup. I love watching Ryu versus Guile in any capacity.
I would have to agree. It's a fantastic matchup. James Chen even agrees that this is a Street Fighter-centric matchup. Yeah, Loudest, she does know the tech. Look at that.
Very good job containing Guile in the corner there.
Super Threk is trying to get that charge timing down. It is tricky in this game if you've been playing a lot of the faster-paced games for a while, because it takes a 1 game second, 60 whole frames, and 60 whole frames is a little bit faster in the other versions of Street Fighter 2.
But Guile does have really good options to go aggressive as well. His sweep is it outranges Ryu, just like that. Beautiful. His jump in fierce kick is excellent against Ryu, as is his backhand.
I do miss that roundhouse of his. Oh, look at the throw. It's even. Oh, he went for the sweep. Counter sweep. Crouching fierce. Jumping roundhouse.
Oh, I was expecting the flash kick there. I think he was thinking about it.
He thought about it. I think this time he's not going to think about it. He's just going to do it.
He's just going to go for it.
I've always loved this stage too. It's a great stage. Of course, geopolitically it's not accurate anymore, but that's what Street Fighter 2 is all about, right? Oh man,
I've been playing the Champion Edition CPU recently, and this stage, it gives me nightmares.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. If you get Zangief late in the RNG single player, oof.
Good luck to you.
That is tough, man.
Yeah.
By the way, if you ever played Street Fighter 2 and thought the CPU was cheating, it was. Our favorite bear gonna make a family man out of him. Match point for Kuma. I have faith in Super Threk, though. I think Super Threk's got this. Oof. Love that back fist. Back fist in this particular version of the game can be done while holding back.
Oh, beautiful. Suplex. Or suplex for our French.
I thought that was going to be an air throw right there. Oh, there's the air throw.
Oh, there it is.
Love
it.
Let me tell you. Let me make a note here. Don't mess with Super Threk. Low forward and a fireball. So smart. Crouching fierce. Pure fundies right now. Ooh. Jabbity jab, jab, jab. Oof. The push block makes a lot of moves in this game safe, despite what the frame data says. And there we have it. Kuma takes her revenge. Maybe she's going to be a Ryu main someday again. Good stuff.
This could be the start of it right here.
It could be. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm loving the camaraderie. I just have to come up here and see how things are doing. The camaraderie in chat, just love to see it. Excellent, excellent. Good stuff. This is what we're all about here in Boomerville. This is what we are all about. Okay. I think now is a good time for our final trivia question before we take our first and only break of the day. What do you think, Thrill?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's
Matches are just finishing up now, so we can sneak it in.
Let's do it. Okay, once again, this is the third round of trivia before our break. This round is open to all competitors. This one's a little bit different, though. This is a race to the finish. Whoever gets the correct answer first gets double points. That's right. So you do want to be fast in your chats and your responses. Make sure to utilize the Fightcade chat for your answers to trivia. All right, let's go. So, fighting games and programmable chips, they go hand in hand. Without the lowering cost of PCBs in the early 90s, the arcade era would have likely dwindled a lot earlier than it did. Big games needed to have huge attractions with crowds, and to do that as a fledgling indie arcade developer, that's right, Capcom was considered indie at the time, was to get a hold of bigger chips to store more graphics and game logic. The Street Fighter 2 team also worked on a little game called Final Fight, an arcade brawler beat-em-up that allowed the novice programming team to test their compression techniques utilizing every space of the chip that they possibly could. Because remember, while they needed to have as big of a chip as they possibly could have, chips also cost money. So this was a great way of having lean design here. One way they did this was by narrowing down the sprites along their horizontal axis to make characters look taller, while also saving memory space. Street Fighter character sprites, especially Sagat if you'll notice, look especially svelte as a result. But it's not just the graphics, but rather the game logic as well got to flourish as a result of a little bit more RAM, a little bit more juice in the tank. And this one change, good call out by Ironic Zero, yes, it was called Street Fighter 89. Specifically here, this one change to how the game's hit detection worked allowed for combos and variability in Street Fighter 2. It also became the hallmark of all fighters moving forward. Even SNK started using this logic after the first Fatal Fury was released and they saw, oh shoot, Street Fighter 2's doing this, we better do it too. What did the Street Fighter 2 team change about arcade games' hit detection that spiraled fighting games to success? I'm gonna give you a bunch of responses, and you choose one, my friends. Did they deploy hitbox detection? Did they include vulnerable hurtbox detection, meaning they have an actual hurtbox to hit? Did they add a push position detection feature within the hitboxes? Did they integrate hitbox detection and integrate it into the graphics data so they were one and the same? Did they add persistent hitboxes that stayed active even after being hit or blocked? Did they allow for negative edge hit detection? Or did they include debug tools in the arcade board for easy access? There is one correct answer, and you are choosing one. And remember, the first person to get the first answer correctly gets double points. Let's see how we're doing here. Pressmet fan says F. No Limit Questions picks both D and E. No Limit, I'm going to ask you to pick one of those, my friends. Just choose one. Vampire says E. Magu says F. C says B. Gianellis says E. Gotcha. We're getting our answers there. Trickling through. We get some answers in chat. Byronic says F. No More says D. Loudest says D. I'm loving these answers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12. All right. Well, let's go ahead and figure out what the answer to this question is, because maybe I don't know what the answer is. Persistent hitboxes. Stayed active even after hit block. Let's talk about this a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Prior to Final Fight, and Final Fight was the first game to do this because they had the RAM to do so. Whenever you hit an opponent in an action game, in a fighting game of any kind, the moment your hitbox made contact with the enemy sprite, to save on space and RAM, the hitbox would disappear and vanish. However, starting with Final Fight, they decided to give it a more organic feel to the gameplay. The hitbox would stay active even after causing a hit. What this would allow is if you hit the opponent, the hitbox would stay active, and if another enemy just walked into the hitbox at the same time, you could get some combos with that. They kept that exact same feature in Street Fighter 2, and like I said, every single fighting game now does this because, well, we've got the RAM to spare, why don't we go ahead and do it? But without that one innovation, Street Fighter 2 in general just would not feel as good as it does. And so those of you that got the answer E correct get the points, and the first person that got E was...
Vampire in a Box.
Yep, Vampire in a Box. Look at that. He's coming in. He's getting double the points. Congratulations, Vampire. I am so excited for you, my friend.
And it was excellent timing, too. That puts Vampire in a Box in the lead by 1 point.
My God, did we make this tournament for him? Is that what we did? I didn't think we did, but did we? Nah.
Vampire's absolutely killing it on the trivia side of things.
Yeah, but it's anyone's game still, and I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. So, let's see where we're at here. We're on round 6. Let's get through one more round before our break of tonight's event. And so, Thrillhell, who would you like to spin the wheel?
Ooh, let's have a look. Let's have Gianella spin the wheel, if he dares.
And again, Gianellis, if you don't want to, you can say, nah, pass. Gianellis is voting, deciding, does he want to spin the wheel or not? Maybe he wants this match to be a fair one. Spin the wheel, he says. All right, Gianellis, this applies specifically to you or possibly everyone else. Let's see what we come up with. Our last round match before our break. Let's go. No whammies. He's a benevolent leader. He absolutely is so benevolent. Play as a... But which one? The second one. What is it gonna say? Everyone plays as Zangief for this match. All mirrors, all Zangief. This particular match. That's the one we picked. Everyone has their match decided. Everyone must play Geef for this particular round. Geef mirrors forever. What a dastardly devil. But the wheel giveth and the wheel taketh. And that's what we do for this particular match. A brand new car! Kianellis is not happy. He's like, God damn it. So again, you know your rankings. It doesn't matter what order you are in now, player 1, player 2. Doesn't matter. Everyone is selecting Geef. It's always Geef, no matter what. It's a Geef mirror. So now that you know what you're doing for your match, this wheel is cursed as AF. Yes, it is. But we just haven't got enough buffs. There's plenty of buffs to be had. So, in chat, once again, go ahead and begin your round 6 matches. Super Threat versus Vampire, Magu versus Potion, Ash versus No Limits, Some Japanese Guy versus Depressed Met Fan, Seas of Cheese versus Lunatic, and of course, Kianellis versus Kuma-chan in a Geef on Geef match.
And we're going to be watching that Seas of Cheese versus Lunatic match.
Right, let's check it out.
I also take exception to the notion that all Geef is a debuff. That is a buff.
That is
Come
a
on.
buff.
He is the buffest.
That is true.
Let's go, Geef. Alrighty, let's get ready for a meat
bros.
monster truck rally.
All right, and just so we are clear, Seas of Cheese is standard color Geef, and Lunatic is green colored Geef. And Lunatic is going very aggressive for the jump-ins into the tick, into the SPD. Oh, there we go again. Yep. It's almost like Lunatic plays grapplers for a living sometimes. But you know what? Fun fact, Seas of Cheese is a pretty good alpha player, and he did play Geef in that game for a bit. So we've seen many SPDs so far. Can we see it again? Oh, that was a miss. Oh! There we go. SPD land.
And you love those Champion Edition interactions as the spinning lariat, he takes a punch directly through the lariat and nobody lands.
Exactly.
Oh, the monkey flip.
One of the tricks about Geef in this game is he doesn't have a lariat with lower body invincibility, so you've really got to be careful with your spacing here. It's an even match so far. Tit for tat, tit for tat. God, I love this. You're right. Geef is amazing. We should be doing Geef mirrors all the time.
Oh, let's just do an all Geef tournament.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh.
You heard it here, folks.
Again, you just saw right there, whether intentional or not, Zangief, or Seas of Cheese took the hit so we could get the throw opportunity afterwards. Once again, in Street Fighter 2, sometimes blocking is not a good idea. Up, and there we go for the SPD.
Oh,
Fun fact, in Street Fighter 2
nice,
and
lariat.
only Street Fighter 2, you can wiggle the stick and move where you are in midair during the SPD. Up, there we go again. Oof. It's SPD land here, and I love it, every second of it.
Going to be interesting to see what the adjustment is here. Getting trapped in those little tick throws against Zangief, it's frustrating, but there are ways to get out.
He's running the clock and now making Lunatic play against the computer. That's a mental strat right there. We are all loyal fans on this day, Smoke. You got it. In Russia, you don't mean Geef. Geef means you. If there's one thing Luna's really good at, it's those neutral jumps. He knows exactly when to jump forward and when to neutral jump.
Something I know all too well, unfortunately.
When you neutral jump with the roundhouse at too far of a distance, it does take you out of SPD range. So, but it's a great move to get out of certain situations. Oh, going for the jab. I think those are a couple of missed SPD inputs, but he's trying.
Oh, a great
Takes
job
it.
varying up his attacks there. Nothing flashy, but just very consistent, very aggressive.
Ironic says, factoid, there is no word for fun in the Russian language. Just the word for Zangief. You're just body splatting today. Oh, tough! Tough!
Seeing that Zangief rushdown play.
You can turn it back. Oh, look at that farce!
Oh, here it comes.
That splash has so much range. Oh, what was that?
The double empty jump.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was crazy.
At the end there, they both became karateka.
Good matches all around. All right, did we get Gianellis fixed with their match? Yes, we did. Okay, beautiful. Just checking out a few things. All right, once again, getting some good games in there. Let's look at those brackets. And you know what? If you don't like Geef, I'm sorry, but the problem might be a little bit on you. Just saying.
Sad but true, you know?
Absolutely. All right, and so as we are wrapping up round 6 rounds, things are running smoothly, folks. Things are going to be speeding up along as we continue on the second half of our day. Drillho, what are your quick thoughts right now on the first half of this session?
We've seen a lot of learning on the fly, which is something I'd pointed out before, and I really enjoy seeing that in these matches. We've seen competitors who, despite losing maybe 2-0, we see that they've come away with fresh knowledge at the end. And in a lot of cases, we'll see a match where someone gets blown up in the first round, but then it's closer in the second round, a little closer in the first round of the second set. And so I can't say for certain that anybody has sort of outright failed in any of these matches. That hasn't really been the case. Everyone seems to be coming away with fresh knowledge. It's going to be interesting to see how they match up further down the road.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, when a first to 2, sometimes even if it looks like it's a 2-0, it really wasn't a 2-0 if you went deeper into it. I mean, the meddling, the learning that's happening. Remember, we have competitors here that have played a lot of Street Fighter 2. We have competitors who've not played really any Street Fighter 2, and it's really been wonderful to see that learning happen in real time for sure. Gianellis is saying that I don't know how to play any of these characters. Man, I don't know. It sounds like we're kind of stacking the deck against them, but don't worry. Don't worry. There'll be time to shine, Gianellis. I promise. And yes, the SPD is a little hard to execute, especially if you're used to more modern controls where you don't even have to do a 270 motion. You can do like a 235 motion, whatever that math is. It's like a half circle and then just a little bit up. This one, you actually have to do the full 270 here. So it is a little tricky, and it is so fun to play. Well, I think that is a good time for us to take our first break. We're going to take about a 5-minute break right now. Get yourself a little bit of coffee, a little bit of water. When we come back, we will finish up the rest of our rounds. We got round 7 through 11 right here. Don't worry, the trivia is coming. The Wheel of Fate will still be turning. Take a 5-minute break now. Stay tuned, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We're back. Audio's 2. We lost you. No music anymore, but yet we don't got music right now. Thank you so much for coming back. Sorry, everyone. Apologies for that. I tried to reboot it. My first time doing it, and it crashed, but it looks like we're back. We won't be able to show the scores just quite yet, so apologies for the technical difficulties, but I appreciate the kind words that we had to do a reboot. Hopefully things are smooth now. Thank you so much. So once again, I think it's ready for us to kind of get going with our matches here so we can kind of give people time back in their day. And I think for this next round of matches, let's look at the brackets one more time. If I can get the brackets up. We are looking here. Gianellis versus Magoo, Lunatech versus Super Threk, Depressed Met versus Seas of Cheese, No Limits versus some Japanese guy, Potion Stat versus Ash, Kuma versus Vampire. You know, I think for our first match as we come back from all this, no special rules. Go ahead and pick your main. Fight your main character against your opponent. No Wheel of Fortune quite yet. We'll have that later. But for right now, let's go ahead and start your round 7 matches beginning now.
And we're going to be looking at Kuma-chan versus Vampire in a Box.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and pop that in. No special rules. Pick your main. Kuma's like, I can finally play Guile. Right. Doing Kuma-chan versus Vampire in a Box. What you said, Thrill?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. When those matches start, we will start looking at them.
So going into the second half, Vampire's going to be the one to beat with a 9-point first place lead at the moment.
Oh.
We have Cookie and Potion Stat holding it down at second place, 7 points. And then we have a big tie. It's 1, 2, 3. We have a 4-way tie for third. Lunatech Seas of Cheese, No Limits, and Magoo the Duck.
Okay. Let's see if Kuma can take down Vampire's reign of terror.
Round 1. Fight! Hadouken! Hadouken!
Oh, and we're getting that classic Street Fighter 2 matchup again.
Kuma gets to be Guile finally. Vampire's being Ryu. This is nothing but pure Street Fighter thrill. Oh.
Oh, very nice. There's the stun.
There's the stun. There's the throw.
And throws do a lot of damage in Champion Edition. It's never a bad idea to just opt out for the throw if you don't want to try for the combo or anything risky.
I was saying before, when it comes to Street Fighter 2, it's sometimes better to take the damage. Don't block the hit so you don't get thrown. Because unlike Street Fighter 6, throws do a lot of damage. Oh, that was an attempt at a throw. Jabby jab, jab, jab into the Dragon Punch.
Nice. Very nice DP.
Ironic says, Factoid, ever feel like banana flavored candy doesn't taste like bananas? That's because they are flavored to taste like a variety of banana that went extinct in the 1960s because of a fungus. The bananas you get at a grocery store now are resistant to the fungus, but taste significantly different. Oh, interesting. That is a fun fact. Kuma's bringing it back. Yeah, she knows.
Guile, despite the All-American, he's rocking the German suplexes right now.
He is. When designing Guile's character, the lead designer of Guile said, how can I make this character as cool as I possibly can? And this is the result. And look at that. We're 1-1 now for the first match. This is Street Fighter, ladies and gentlemen.
Round 3. Fight!
And that round-to-round adjustment was impressive.
It really was. Here we go. We're going for the tick throw setup. There's the shimmy we all saw, thanks to the reversals. Vampire might have a run for his money, but the far fierce DP hit out of nowhere. Going for that tick boom setup. Oof. You'd love to see it. We're playing some footsies here, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing legit footsies right now.
Oh, just about snuck that boom through for a trade, but not quite. Oh, the flash kick attempt. Man, this is close. These guys are staying just outside of range.
That's gonna dizzy.
Very nice sweep. There's the dizzy and the German suplex.
It is always weird to see a dizzy happen from a low forward, but it happens in this game.
And you can, if you play enough Champion Edition, get a sense of when that dizzy's going to come based on the slowdown.
That's correct, Thrill. Only in the CPS 1 fighters does slowdown correlate to dizzy in some capacity. Starting in Super and in Super Turbo, because of the enhanced hardware, they kind of forgot about that rule. Ooh. I really like that Vampire is not really jumping backwards. He's always inching forward. And he's doing really safe jumps.
Oh, very nice. See his patience paying off there. Kuma's pushed all the way back now, but begins pressing forward in return, and that's what you love to see of the two careful, excellent footsie players in Ryu and Guile, both having to push forward into each other. There's a throw from Ryu, who's got Kuma trapped. There's the tick.
And there's the flash kick. Reversal flash kick beats the throw. Smart move.
Oh, the air to air. Oh, the jab low takes it.
I was really surprised to see Kuma go for it because the timer was running out. She had the advantage. But you know what? A win's a win.
Oh, very nice call out with that jump in into the German suplex.
Good job.
Beautiful flash kick as well.
Jab fighter, here we come. That low medium is so good. Bazooka knee. Oh.
Vampire fighting out of the corner there. Very nice. Very nice reversal DP there. Into a 2-hit combo. Man, these guys are fighting hard. This is excellent.
That was a back fist opportunity.
Oh, and this sneaky second sweep. It gets us all at some point.
What a match. That too, Kuma? Yes, it was. Excellent stuff there.
What an excellent match. That was awesome.
Love to see Kuma thrive in her natural habitat. What a great fight, Gianellis. Absolutely. Love to see it. Love the adaptation. I just have this sinking suspicion, Thrill, that after today, people are going to want to keep playing this Champion Edition. I don't know. Something about that is just coming at me.
I'm thinking the old matchmaking lobby in the FGCB Discord, which everybody should join if they have not already, is going to be popping off for the next few days after this.
Yeah, it's good to see it. And yes, I couldn't agree more, Byronic. That was Street Fighter. Well, you know what? We gave you a round. No buffs, no changes. You got to play your main. Okay, enough fun and games. Let's get to the real game. The Wheel of Fate is turning. We're going to get back to that RNG wheel in just a moment. And Vampire, he's already spun the wheel. Kuma has spun the wheel. Who's next in line, Thrillo?
Let's see. Let's give Luana a chance at the wheel.
All right, Luana, if you want to, you can spin, or you can say, nah, I don't want to. I want a fair fight next time. The RNG wheel giveth, and it taketh away. So it's really a gamble here. Are you a gambling man? Spin it, he says. Let's go. What are we gonna get this time? Oh man, what's it gonna be? Oh no. Oh no. Ah! Oh, just cinched it. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now subject to a handicap. All competitors, you are not allowed to jump this round. To do this, make sure to go into your input settings and literally turn off the up input. No up inputs whatsoever for this particular round of the competition. Luna, that's what you asked for, it's what you got. No jumping allowed in this round of the competition. So once again, going into test game, clicking on the input settings, and turning off the up input. No jumping is allowed at all. It is a no-fly zone. That is correct. Kyle is in shambles. Maybe not. Oh, that's right, Kyle is in shambles because he can't do his flash kick, so that'll be interesting. No jumping whatsoever for this. No up inputs allowed. If you are in a hitbox, you can probably manage by just not touching that one button. We're breaking people's kneecaps for that. So once you've gotten that set up for yourself for just this round and this round only, no jumping will be allowed. And we are at the brackets now. So round 8, Super Threat against Depressed Met Fan. Ash versus Gianellis. Oh, a mod fight. You love to see it. Some Japanese guy versus Potion Stat. Seas of Cheese. No Limits. Magu the Duck versus Kuma. And Vampire in a Box. Again, you're going ahead and selecting your mains, but you do not have an up input. So again, how are you going to make SPDs work? How are you going to make Guile work? I'm curious. So go ahead and start your matches.
And there's only one match we can watch on a round like this, and it has to be Ash FGCB versus Gianellis.
Oh, we have to. Absolutely. Good call there. I can't wait to see that match. Let's see. They've already turned it on. The up is turned off. Let's see how things are going to roll. Gianellis is going to lose his stomp, but he's got his Psycho Crusher, he's got his knee, and Ryu doesn't lose too much except for the ability to jump, but sometimes you need the jump in this matchup. Because remember, Dictator doesn't have any kind of reversal opportunity, so you really want to be pushing. Oh, Ash might be still configuring buttons or something might not be working. We might have to give it a mulligan. He's got to jump! Broke the game.
Look at this flagrant violation of the rules.
See if Ash can get this adjusted. No jumping Ash. Again, if he has his controller set up with the hitbox, I'm okay if he plays it as it is. Just don't push that button. We might have to restart the match. It is Heresy of the Loudest Order. There we go. Looks like Ash is going for it. Yeah, so this is tricky. This is all horizontal space, no vertical space of any kind. This might be a shutout. What can you do without jumping? Look at that. Started the match late. Look what happened. Oof, what a shutout.
Lunatic's gonna have to just go ham at the start in the hopes that he can maybe start to bully Ryu before Ryu gets
There
space.
we go. There's the slide.
Just like that.
Keep that in. All right, Gianellis, keep it up. Do not let them come in.
Oh no! Oh,
Yep.
no!
Oh, there's the dizzy, but I think that's worth it. If you just get a little bit closer. Just slide like a maniac. There we go. There's the
There
trade.
it is.
He's dizzy though. This is insanity. He's trying. He doesn't have an up input. What is this gonna mean? Oh, there's the pressure. Don't let up, Gianellis. Don't let up. Just keep going. Oh, there's the reversal throw. I think Gianellis is adapting.
Excellent effort from Gianellis.
Gianellis is watching and hearing. That was a good valiant effort towards the end. I think we've got the strategy. Remember, blocking is an enemy in this game. There we go. Get the trade. Slide again. Yep, get in there. There you go. I love to see this.
Ooh, very nice.
If you get hit from the slide, you recover faster than Ryu does. That's it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's gotta be it.
Unlock the
Beautiful.
tech. Unlock the tech. You all thought it was impossible, but we had faith.
Round 2, fight.
There we go.
And lands the slide again.
So Ash would have to get his DPs dialed in, and he can also counter that with a sweep as he did right there. There's the dizzy, but again, just walk forward. Blocking is a mistake. Distance is what you want to close in this matchup. There's the dizzy
Oh,
again.
the dizzy.
Oh! Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. I think that was a Psycho Crusher. Yep. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was close. You thought this was a meme match, ladies and gentlemen. No, this is exciting. This is good.
Round 3, fight.
Yeah, Okay.
And again, getting the slide.
It's match point for Ash, but Gianellis might have it all downloaded at this point. Oh, there we go. Relentless. Don't let him breathe. Ash has the DP. There we go. 1-1,
very
ladies and
nice.
gentlemen. This is hype as AF. Gianellis is sweating, I bet. Yo, this is incredible. He's having to unlearn all of Street Fighter and do the shenanigans.
Round 1. Fight. Oh, you can
And this is what the wheel is all about. We go from having some excellent footsie-based traditional Street Fighter 2 matches into some completely off-the-wall insanity, but it's all entertaining.
Absolutely, Thrill. This is what it is all about. Playing the game in a different way, opening up our minds. Anything is possible. Oh, that was beautiful. You saw the roundhouse whiff and you went right for it.
round 2. Fight.
Kuma in the chat is saying, that was horrible to play. Yes, as a Guile player, 100%. But you know what? Guile's got tools. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful match here. He's just going for it. Don't block, just do it. Oh, that's smart. The knee press recovers faster too. Is this Gianellis' game? Or is Ash gonna hold the fort?
Oh, just getting those fireballs in there to prevent the slide. Oh, it finally catches up.
Oh no. Gianellis lost the advantage. Oh. Oh, Chip, and there you go.
The block.
That is the game, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Jumping's bad for you. It's bad for your health. Don't do it. Doctor prescription right there. Caesar Chi says, Guile is shockingly strong at this. Bazooka knee moves you forward. Boom covers horizontal space. Crouching MK is still a thing. Absolutely. So I think Caesar Cheese and Kuma might have some fighting words later. So that was exhilarating. I loved watching every second of it. But let me give you all a sigh of relief. Go ahead and restore your up inputs now. I know your anxiety is crazy, but go ahead and go back into the inputs. Give yourself an up input. And again, we've seen some amazing matches. But let's give it one more shout out in the chat to Gianellis for that level of adaptation. That was insane. It's a good history lesson in learning that sometimes blocking is not your friend. So excellent work, everyone. GG's all around. It's always a GG. And I think with that in mind, I think we're ready for another trivia question. What do you think, Thrill?
Oh, I don't know. Haven't they had enough trivia? No, give it to them.
Yeah, do they not want trivia? I don't know, guys. I mean, if you don't want trivia, we don't have to do trivia. It's perfectly fine. Gianellis says that was terrifying. Yeah, Gianellis, that was a fantastic masterclass in how to adapt. You learned the secret of not blocking. It was lovely to see. Lunatic loved it. Yes, of course. But it's okay. Your up inputs are restored now. You may certainly do that. But let's go ahead and do trivia. The second to final trivia, actually, for the day. This is the fourth round trivia. And here's how this one's going to work. This is a battle of accuracy. And the person who wins the answer correctly, the first person to answer, gets 3 points. So if you're the first person to get this right, 3 points. Congratulations. You have the option of shotgunning as many answers as you would like, knowing that there's only one correct answer. However, any wrong answers you pick will result in a loss of 1 point each. That is right. So there's the risk. Will you choose shotgunning a bunch of answers, hoping one of them is right? Or will you take the loss? So once again, first person to answer gets 3 whole points as long as their answer is correct. But any additional wrong answers you suggest is a loss in 1 point. And again, there is only one right answer, and this is the height of gambling. Hopefully you all can see the stream at this point and it's not too choppy. Let's get started. The design team at Capcom did in fact implement combos into Street Fighter 2 intentionally. The myth that these were a bug have been greatly exaggerated. Rapid-fire jabs and kicks, along with leniency and some cancels, were all design choices as a result of making the input interpreter more lenient than Street Fighter 1, including the input buffer. What they didn't account for was player ingenuity and honest oversights within that framework. It didn't take long for players to find an exploit that allowed rapid-fire crouching jabs and kicks to cancel into a standing fierce punch or a roundhouse kick, and then cancel that into a special for a devastating 3-hit combo that almost in all cases does about 50%, 60% damage. Only certain characters can do this though. This CPS chain, or CPS1 chain as we colloquially refer to it as now, became the foundation for later Darkstalkers and Marvel vs. Series combo strings. It would never make an appearance in a Street Fighter game ever again after 1993's Hyper Fighting. Except once. Choose the Street Fighter game below that incorporated CPS1 chains as a feature. And I'll give you a hint. Unlike in Street Fighter 2, this was an intentional choice by the developers. It was even advertised in the arcade magazines. Now remember, you can select as many as you like and shotgun them, but for every answer you get wrong, you lose points. And the first person to get the right answer correctly gets 3 points for their answer. Again, Thrill, if you want to make sure we got that into chat for everyone, I think Ash can't contribute.
Alrighty.
And you're putting that into chat for all of us as a reminder. What your answers are into chat. Once again, just making sure you all see. These are your options. There was one other time we added CPS1 chains to a Street Fighter game. Thank you so much, Thrill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more answer. The EX games were so good. They are underrated. I'm going all in on Tekken Tag. Answer locked in. Magu says he'll pass. All right. Fair point, because again, you could lose points, and Magu's being strategic here. I love to hear it, love to see it. I'm going to give Thrillho a moment to come up with the appropriate answers here. But it does appear we have one person who got the correct answer right. So Seas of Cheese, Dark Vampire wasn't an option. That's correct. That's because I said it was a Street Fighter game. A Street Fighter game. So Seas of Cheese, this is your last opportunity to give me one answer that is pertaining to the list. That's a Street Fighter game. We got some answers in chat as well. We got the EX games. We got Alpha 3, Alpha 1. I love the game, the Saturn game. That's what you're going for. All right, you're voting for that. Excellent, excellent. So I believe our first person to get the answer correct is some Japanese guy, because the answer is Street Fighter Alpha 3. Let's talk about this. So in Street Fighter Alpha 3 was advertised. It had 3 different isms: X-ism, A-ism, and V-ism. A-ism was a lot like Alpha 2. You had access to multiple supers, you had access to a guard counter, you had access to air blocking, you had access to alpha counters as well. V-ism was brand new. It really emphasized the combo ability of the alpha system. You didn't have supers anymore, and you had less health and you did less damage, but you had the opportunity to do devastating damage with Tekken-style combos. With Alpha 3, they incorporated the X-ism. And the X-ism was supposed to handle mostly like Super Turbo. But here's the fun fact, ladies and gentlemen. If you dive deep into the history of the Alpha developers, they had a very strong fondness for Champion Editions specifically. And for that reason alone, they allowed that if your character was an X-ism, you also had access to the CPS1 chain combos for every single character. Every single one. Even characters that wouldn't have had them normally in Champion Edition. Talk about a love letter. And Thrill is going to be tabulating the results of that now. Some of you lost some points on that one. That's okay. You took the gamble, and that's fine. But let's see who we should be giving the Wheel of Fate to for our next couple of matches here. know, Depressed Met fan, you're a legend. I'm gonna be a little rogue here and give you the opportunity to spin the wheel if you'd like to. Let me know. Do you want to spin the wheel, friend? Go ahead and pop it into Fightcade chat or Twitch chat for me, and we'll spin the wheel. Otherwise, we'll skip it, if you don't want to, that is. Spin
And we
the
do have
wheel,
some
make
scores
the
ready.
Deal. Yeah, what are the scores, my friend Thrill?
All right, so in the lead, Vampire in a Box is holding steady with 9 points. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4-way tie for second. Magoo the Duck with 7 points. Koki Loanatic, Seas of Cheese. Now, Loanatic has been doing quite well despite answering no trivia points correctly, or getting no trivia points at this point. He did have 1 for a correct answer, but lost it with an incorrect answer on this most recent round, but yet still holding at 7. So,
Interesting.
Potion Stat comes in at third, tied with No Limits. They each have 6 points.
Right.
And then we have Ash FGCB holding at fourth with 4 points. In fifth place, we have Depressed Met Fan, and finally in sixth, we have Super Trek.
Good, looking good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm just fixing up this this wheel a little bit. Let's make it a little bit more fun, shall we?
Oh, and Kuma and Ash FGCB are tied actually at fourth. Just making sure.
Love to see it. Okay. All right. Just fixing up that just a tiny bit. But Depressed Met Fan said he wanted to spin the wheel, and so we will give him the wheel. And as you can tell, I've eliminated a couple of options. Lunatic is not having a fun time with the trivia questions, but it's okay. You can still come out on top for anyone. Here we go. I'm eliminating a couple of you. Let's see what happens. Depressed Met Fan, this is for you. This could apply only to you. It could apply to everyone. You're gambling here with the Wheel of Fate. The Wheel of RNG. What shall it be? What shall it be? Oh my, oh my. It's World Warrior. Here we go, folks. This particular match, World Warrior characters only. So you don't have to stick to your main, but it has to be one of the 8 World Warriors. And specific to the World Warriors, there can be no mirrors at all of any kind. So if one character races and picks their character first, you can't be that same character. So World Warriors only and no mirrors at all, and this does apply to all competitors. So no boss characters and no mirrors of any kind. So once you've got that all set to go, we are off to the races. And again, let's look at who we have on the rankings here for round 9. Potion Stat against Seas of Cheese. Depressed Met Fan versus Vampire. No Limits versus Super Threk. Kuma versus Luna. Guianels versus some Japanese guy. And Magoo the Duck versus Ash FGCB. So go ahead, once you have that designated, it's World Warriors only, no mirrors of any kind. Pick your opponent, and let's get these matches going.
And we're going to be looking at No Limits for Super Threk this time.
Only no mirrors. No Limits versus Super Threk, you said. Let's give that a gander. Oh, Thrillho has adjusted his video a little bit so you see more of his head.
There we go.
Love it. Dawson versus Ken. What an interesting match.
Round 1.
Who do you think wins in this one, Thrill?
I think Ken takes it. Dulcim is taking a big risk with that DP hungry Ken every time he extends a limb.
I think that's true. I think Ken's DP is really strong in this matchup. The air limbs aren't going to be a viable option. The drills are risky. But as we're seeing right now with No Limit, focusing on that slide and getting that noogie, will he do the tick noogie? Not quite.
Not quite. No, it looked like the idea might have been there.
Yeah. Might have been the right call too, because Super Threk knew to reversal Dragon Punch there.
Oh, and the drill. That's the tough thing about Dulcim, is that you never know. He cuts those jumps short. He drills at different angles. He's got the slide. It makes it very hard to know when to fireball.
I would say of all the characters in Street Fighter 2, Dhalsim is the wild card. Oh. Another special thing about
nice
Dhalsim.
DP there.
Oh, look at that DP, just going for it. Going for the noogie. Are we gonna slide noogie? Nope, not quite. Just walk forward, bait it. That might be intentional, actually. Nice slide. Oh, that DP hits so hard. It can be risky to do a fireball right at close range, but sometimes it works. Oh, that was absolutely a guess. Drill.
Backing off,
Fireball
trying to
battle.
reset.
Drill.
There's the drill again.
Oh.
Just can't get those uppercuts through. Very nice fireball, though.
Great job, Super Threk.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh, and accidentally touches the wall of fire. You can't do that.
Fire exists for a long time. Oh,
Oh,
no limit is avoiding the DPs just ever so slightly. I'm giving Super Threk a lot of credit, though. He's really consistent with his fireballs and his DP execution right here.
Yeah, and seems to be adjusting to the drill as well.
So Ken does have an OS with DP and Hurricane Kick that works really well with Sim.
Oh, very nice with the double fire.
So good.
You just put one out there, you put it in their head, and then as soon as they go to counter, you follow it up.
Round 1. Fight.
Dhalsim cheats that game. He can neutral jump fireballs really easily. Oh. Oh, great response with the Dragon Punch.
Great response. Yeah, very nice. There's the slide. And again, nice reversal. And those are one frame reversals. Those aren't easy to land.
Exactly. Again.
And
Oh!
again.
Super Threk's like, no, me first. Oh, that's the dizzy.
There's the noogie. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. Oh, it blocks the DP. Blocks the Dukin. Oh, there it is.
Could have been a noogie tick and that would have been death, but we got him there. So here we go. Point match for No Limit. Super Threk. Really showing consistent progress here. Ooh, love the Hurricane. Got challenged, but that's okay. That's a case of what I say, the normies just trading back and forth, back and forth.
Oh, the point blank fireball right in the face. Just struggling with that slide.
Oh, stun.
That's going to be the dizzy. Does he
Oh,
have time?
recovers. Oh.
Oh, and finishes out with the slide again.
So good. So good. Again, it's a 2-0 match, but it didn't feel like a 2-0 match at all. That was so close in a lot of different ways. Excellent.
There's a conversation that takes place, especially in matches like that, where you see Dhalsim comes out strong at first, then you have Super Threk, he readjusts, he begins implementing those anti-airs, he starts seeing the drill, and then, of course, you see the further adjustment. There's the slide from Dhalsim that ends up taking it in the end before Super Threk can again readjust. I love it. It's that back and forth. So the match had to end, but the conversation wasn't quite done there, was it?
I can imagine if it was a first to 3 or first to 5, who knows where that could have been. But again, we're OG right now. And again, great call out on the fireballs there. I think in other games of Street Fighter, doing a fireball at that close range would be death. But in CE, the amount of stun you get from one point blank fireball is close to enough to dizzy you. So sometimes it's worth the trade there. Whether intentional or not, that was a smart decision on that person's part. All right, and the drawings are coming in. Matches are coming in right now. Let's see where we're at. We still got Gian Ellis and some Japanese guy in their match. Kuma saying, I can never counter Ken DP in this game. The recovery is crazy. Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, Thrill. So you were saying before, DPs in this game, they're strong. But do they have a weakness?
Trip guard. There's no trip guard, so you can catch him on the way down. And Ken in particular, you want to try to catch him on the way down, because if he lands and uppercuts again, it's devastating.
Oh, yeah. My other tip is, and you've seen me do this a lot, when I do 2 DPs in a row and I'm whiffing them, it's the first DP that I'm vulnerable for. That's the one you want to catch me. But the moment I do another DP, that's where I'm safer because of the push block. So again,
Yes, absolutely.
That's really tricky. But again, the more you know, the more you know. Good stuff all around.
Usually a good rule of thumb to just try to think about blocking those DPs. Let it happen and then counter on the way down. Because if you try to go toe-to-toe, I mean, especially against Ken, you're going to lose that every time.
Yeah, I kind of want to dive in and see what they're playing, but it's a heated match of some kind.
Yeah, if only we could watch them all.
I'm going to take a peek if they're still playing.
I mean, I would love to, but I assume our viewers don't want to be here for a 7-hour stream. Or do they?
Just saw the match. Is that the point match? Who knows?
Win.
What a match. That was a battle of attrition right there. Was that some Japanese guy? So got it. That we caught the last 10 seconds of that, but it looked like it was a fireball battle to the death. Loved seeing it. Again, thank you, Elder. We appreciate your comments here. We are making this event for everyone to enjoy, whether you're a spectator or not. Hopefully you're getting some enjoyment out of this and learning some fun facts along the way. And you can just smell the arcade. Whew, yeah, Gian Ellis. We saw the last 10 seconds of that. I took a peek. It looked sweaty. So, whew. But don't worry. As we're tallying up the points, we got 2 more rounds, but we are done for today's event. This one more night of Champion Edition. Street Fighter is just a sweaty thing, isn't it? Isn't it? So once we get the final tallies for everything, Real, give me a point guard of who's on top right now. Is it still Vampire? Have we usurped the throne just yet?
It is still Vampire on top, 9 points, but the gap has closed. We have some Japanese guy, Luana Texiza Cheese, at 8 points. There's a 3-way tie for second right behind, and we also have a 2-way tie for third, No Limits and Magoo the Duck, at 7. So it really is open. Anybody could take it here. We have just 2 points between, what would that be, first and third, covering 4 or 5 players.
Well then, if it's some Japanese guy in second closely there, I think it's fair that some Japanese guy, you have the opportunity now to spin the wheel. So, some Japanese guy, either in chat, spin it up. He's saying, let's spin it. Let's go. What else we got on the board? What RNG could we have for everyone stored? Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, is it going to get the handicap?
That's the no jumping handicap. I'm actually going to veto that. We already did that. Let's do it one more time. What about the average person who exercises? You skewed the average. That's hilarious. All right, let's see. What are we going to get? Is it World Warrior again? It is World Warrior again. However, this only applies to some Japanese guy. Some Japanese guy, you have to pick one of the 8 World Warriors, and if one of your opponents picks the character you like, well, you can't mirror match it. So it's just you, my friend. So we're doing it again, but it's just gonna affect you. So may the RNG ever be in your favor. Let's look at those brackets. There we go, one more time. Round 10 before the final penultimate round. Seas of Cheese versus Gian Ellis. Some Japanese guy, World Warrior fighter against Magoo the Duck. Ash FGC versus Kuma. Super Threk versus Potion Stat. Vampire in a Box versus No Limits, and Luna versus DMF. Oh, I'm excited for that one. Go ahead and find your opponent. The only person that has a special buff or a special debuff, depending on how you look at it, is some Japanese guy. Everyone else, stick to your mains. Round 10 begins now. And Elder
We're going to be looking at that Luna versus DMF match.
Let's do it. At some point. There we go.
There we go.
Some pretty tight competitors right now. Now, I would argue that Dictator versus Guile is one of the most fair matchups in the entire game. Dictator oppresses everyone, but Guile is the right countermeasure for him.
You win.
Luna's showing what happens with a good knee press.
Round 2.
Press Met Fan, get his Guile in lockdown. There's that bazooka knee. Baited the attack. More Psycho Crusher.
Nice aggressive jump in.
Sweep.
But can he stop the Crusher spam?
Oh, what a wonderful close proximity stand. Fierce.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
You win.
This
And you're
is
in
tough.
such a rough position when you have Dictator staring down on you in that kind of situation because he has so many options for mass damage.
Let's start. Round 1. Fight.
Oh, does not get the throw after the Crusher.
Nope. Oh, what a wonderful flash kick. Wow.
Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was an incredible flash kick right there. Good intuition right there.
Round 2. Fight.
Good idea with the neutral jump, doesn't pay off, but very smart and great flash kick to counter the Crusher. And those jabs.
That was another reaction
seeing-
flash kick, but it was the wrong guess. Oh,
We're
there we go.
seeing, oh, very nice. We're seeing DMF adjust very well to the aggression from Luanatic.
Yeah, absolutely.
But is it going to be enough? Very nice sweep from DMF.
Oh, that neutral jump was genius.
Crusher gets through.
Oh, that
Second
block.
one is blocked,
Oh!
and there's the throw.
DMF tried to reversal throw. I know it for a fact, but lost the reversal throw. GG.
And the Luanatic very good at putting players in that position where they have to kind of gamble on those reversal throws.
Absolutely. Learning from the best. Stuff all around. Take a look. Seas of Cheese and Gian Ellis. Actually, no. Let's see on some Japanese guy. Wait, no, that's an old match that doesn't exist. Some Japanese guy versus Magoo. Or Magu, sorry. See how his World Warrior Challenge is going. Can be Ryu. Another classic match. Shaping Edition is the first game where there's difference between two different characters. Low forward and a fireball. Timing isn't quite there, but it's close. Yeah, in Street Fighter 2, the way spacing and stuffing and meaties work, if you're just a little bit further away than ideal spacing, the combo will not work. Oh!
Very nice uppercut. And just
Low
the
forward.
low medium.
I can't see the score, so is that it, or are we running it back? We are running it back. Sounds like it's a 1-1
Excellent.
situation.
Ryu players have to be mindful in these matchups. They can't get away with throwing those heavy dragon punches. Stick to the medium, secure the knockdown.
Correct. Both Ryu and Ken, if they hit a up-close Dragon Punch Fierce, it's actually a 2-hit combo, and the second hit will whiff. So you really don't want to go for that Fierce Dragon Punch when you know it's going to land in the air. Oh! Neutral jump, light kick, I think, or medium kick.
And working that classic Shoto style fireball, fireball DP.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Oh, that was scary. But he's not flinching, Japanese guy.
We've got some feints happening. I love to see that. We're coming down on 10 seconds. Gonna have to make it happen.
That's it.
That's gonna be it.
It's funny watching these matches and how the timers work. In Super Turbo, they're done in like half the time. You really do have quite a bit of time to flex your muscle here, but it does creep up on you.
It does, and it's hard to make a sort of last-second dash in Champion Edition, the same way that you can in Turbo.
Right. You've been playing honest, careful, it's tough.
Seen some excellent footsies, both sides probing, trying to find openings, and following up very well when they do get them. Excellent anti-air DP. Very defensive match.
Players are playing really well. Oh, some Japanese guy challenged it, but now he's lost the advantage. Yep. Magu might have this.
The throw. Very, very clutch throw there. Takes it right at the last second.
Last second.
You both love and hate to see it.
Yeah. CSC's G's. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. We understand you're taking a bye this last match. Excellent, excellent. Well, team, let's see if we can get this wrapped up quickly. I think it's time for our final trivia of the evening. What do you think? Let's see if I can get that trivia up here. The final trivia before the penultimate match. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your final trivia round. This is the big one. You get one shot at this, one answer, that's it. If you win, you get 5 whole points. Are you ready? Let's go. Street Fighter II and their various versions. There's a lot of them. In the arcade competitive circuit, there's somewhere between 5 and 6 main versions, depending on how you count, of Street Fighter II. In addition, there's about 3 updates or versions or fan mods to Super Street Fighter II Turbo alone. And in the console consumer market, there's over hundreds of versions of Street Fighter II that prowl the streets. But even outside of different versions of Street Fighter II, there are micro revisions within versions that fix bugs, change character move properties, and are specific to certain regions of the world. For instance, Champion Edition in Japan is a very different game from Champion Edition, the American version, which is what we're playing today. Narrowing this down to just Street Fighter II Champion Edition then, here's what I'm asking you to do. With one guess, how many total revisions of the arcade game of Street Fighter II Champion Edition, just Champion Edition, including bootlegs and rainbow editions, are there? And if you want, you can give me just one number. But if you want to stab at the title, if you want to stab at double points, meaning 10 points, if you can accurately tell me the number of bootleg rainbow editions versus the number of official Capcom versions of Champion Edition, there you have it. So you have access to the opportunity for 5 points. If you want to go for double, you can get 10 points. You do not lose points if you guess wrong. All or nothing, my friends. Nope, you don't lose any points for guessing wrong, just go for it. Ash says 13. Net Fan says 6. Vampire Box says 23 versions. They're all going for the simple fry question. Can we phone a friend? Let me tell you, Elder, if you do, you'll get the answer wrong.
They will if they phone me.
13, 6, 23, 6, 17, 1,347. Super Threx going for it. 16.
A very bold prediction.
1628. So Loudest is also putting in the chat here. He thinks there's 45 total versions, 33 bootleg, 12 official. Lunatic says there's 8 fan-made versions and 12 official versions. Gianella says there's 6 versions versus 13 versions. So let me see, do we have answers from everyone? Whoops, flip them, mix the numbers. It's okay, I think I know what you're saying. Gotcha. Gonna add the second answer, 1325. Super Threat needs his flipped as well. Give you another couple seconds right now. So I think, Thrill, what we'll do, we'll make you the judgment of this. Whoever gets the closest.
Whoever gets the closest, okay.
And that's gonna be tough. But in your mind, who you think the closest is?
Oh, I'm gonna have to look at the answer first. Or do you want me to guess?
Why don't you guess? Because you don't know what the answer to this is.
I don't know okay, I'm gonna guess. Just bear with me 1 sec. If I had to guess, I would say I would actually go with Super Threck's answer, which was 28 and 16. He wanted those reversed. I think that's gotta be it.
Yeah.
Or if not it, it's gotta be the close, because there must be an untold number of bootlegs and rainbow editions out there.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm going with.
That's a great guess. I'll tell you that where we're getting this data from is the official archived ROM depository for all of these games. So we are looking at all possible submitted revisions that we are aware of both bootlegs and rainbow editions, as well as all of the official sanctioned Capcom HQ official versions of the arcade board. And I think that's a great guess, but it's not quite there. The actual answer is 43 bootleg versions exist of Champion Edition and 9 official regional versions of Champion Edition for a total of 52. And Thrillhell, I'll let you determine who you think got the closest answer to that.
Yeah, bear with me here. I'm gonna try to figure that. You know what? I think Threck was actually close, but let's see. I think we should go for Super Threck.
Super
He
Threck.
didn't get the 9 standard editions correctly, but I do really like that 28. He had the right idea. There are an untold number, and you know what? I had the right idea too. So this is going to be a little bit of confirmation bias.
Yeah, look at that. All right, so Super Threck, you're the closest. You get a whole whopping 10 points, my friend. 10 points. Congratulations. Which brings us to our final round of the match. And I think at this point, Thrillho, I think you have to spin the wheel for everyone.
Oh boy, let's go. I absolutely want to spin that wheel.
Now here's the question. Who are you spinning the wheel for?
Let's see. We're going to spin the wheel for... Let's spin the wheel for... Vampire in a Box. Now, Vampire in a Box has done really well, both in trivia and fighting.
Okay.
And in that case, you know what? Let's just see what happens. Maybe the nail that sticks out the farthest really does get hammered down.
Oh, love it. You got it. So we're voting for Vampire. Here we go. So Vampire, this could apply only to you or maybe everyone else. What are we playing as? What are we playing as? This only applies to you, Vampire, and I don't think it is much surprise or hindrance, but you can only play as a Shoto this round. This final round, Ryu, Ken, or Sagat, that's all you can play as. Again, we know who your main is. This might not be too bad of a thing, but the wheel taketh, the wheel giveth, and that's the benefit to you. So this only applies to Vampire. So Ryu, Ken, or Sagat only. Damn, low tiers. Yeah, exactly. They're just all low tiers for this matchup. And that's the setup. So Vampire knows his assignment. You all know your brackets. Again, we've got the bye for Caesar Cheese. Everyone else is good to go. No Limits versus Luna. Kuma versus Depressed Met Fan. Potion Stat versus Vampire. Gian Ellis versus Super Threck. And last but not least, Ash versus some Japanese guy. This is the final round, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to see what we look at for right now. So go ahead and start your matches if you haven't started already. And Thrill, who we watching?
Potion Stat versus Vampire in a Box for our final. Coincidentally, going to be watching our points leader.
Ooh.
So we're going to see how that plays out for the end, how that affects the final score. It's going to be very close. I can tell you right now, there's only a few points covering virtually every position on the field.
Sticking to Ryu. Potion Stats being Sagat, and Sagat is incredibly powerful. So ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are watching the stream right now, here's a fun fact for you about Sagat. In Champion Edition, as well as Hyper Fighting, there is a bug for Sagat, where on Wake Up, if he does a reversal Tiger Uppercut, and it has to be Wake Up and it has to be a reversal, so it has to be on the very first frame available, it is literally unblockable. You cannot block it. Even if you are holding block, you will get hit by it. So Sagat has that buff, along with some of the fastest fireballs in the game and a pretty good recovery.
I have a question for you. On this unblockable reversal Tiger Uppercut, can it still be countered with an opposing hit?
The Tiger Uppercut is invincible for a bit, but the moment it's not invincible anymore, you can absolutely...
You're still good to go. Okay. Very, very close round there. That was an excellent round. Ryu just pulling it off.
Round 2, fight! Tiger Hadouken! Hadouken!
Now keep in mind, Vampire here is potentially fighting for the winning spot in today's event. No pressure, Vampire.
Oh, there's the Dizzy. Is he gonna do that? He goes for the throw, safe damage. The Chicago Punish, as it's called sometimes. The Dizzy again!
The double Dizzy.
Gosh.
What a comeback!
You win!
What a response to that close fight against Sagat there in the first round.
Stat. I think he needs to keep Ryu a little bit further out. There's a space where Sagat does really well. Far away, or get off me, Tiger Uppercut. I think that was a Tiger Uppercut opportunity there. Oh, there's the Dizzy again.
Ooh.
Going for the safe Chicago Punish.
Potion Stat with the jump in, trying to push Ryu back, saying, get off me, please. There's a throw. That's a very well-timed throw. That's going to help a lot. Potion Stat now has a lot of space to work with.
Oh, great kick. Great anti-air kick there. He still has his 2-in-1 kicks here in this game.
Tiger!
Oh my god. I can feel it. Potion Stat's developing a strategy here. Oh. Potion has a couple of chip hits he can take from... There we go. Wow,
so close.
Magic Pixel. Magic
Amazing.
Pixel. Ladies and gentlemen, Champion Edition.
And there you see the power of Sagat, and really, as you say, and in Champion Edition, you can never give up. There is so much damage available at any time, you can never give up.
Oh, he's
Trying to catch
he's
the
trying to
jump
get that
in.
low forward. I think it's a roundhouse. Oh, he's trying to get it.
There he goes.
He might also be trying to do a tiger knee, but it's all good. Oh, good challenge with the fireball. Oh, that's gonna hurt, but not a Dizzy. Oh, Sagat is so tall. His normals just tower over Ryu.
I love the tall, lanky Sagat of old.
I do too. I'm a fan. Oh, this is so tight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh!
Oh, the nice jump in.
That one jump in did
Oh,
it.
we ran out of time, yeah.
That one jump in did it. Alpha has a great Sagat. Alpha has a great looking Sagat, not gonna lie.
Round 3, fight!
Nice jump in, nice sweep after, but the reversal DP shuts down that aggression. Ryu coming back. Vampire in a Box landing those
Challenging with the
crouch
uppercut.
mediums.
Anyway,
And the
here's how we do
fireball
it.
war begins.
Here's a Hadoken. How about a Hadoken? Oh, that was close to reaching, I think.
Very nice, very consistent with those crouch mediums into Hadouken from Vampire in a Box. It's looking like he's got Sagat shut down here, possibly.
Oh. We saw the learning, we saw the adaptation. Couldn't quite make it. I believe that's Vampire's game.
Awesome match, though.
Great match. All around, just fantastic match. Excellent match from everyone we've seen so far. And let's just see. I'm going to do a quick check. I don't know that we have your scores loaded up. We're going to skip the score loading here, so we'll just quickly kind of wrap things up here. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're thinking about the event coming through and as we're getting the rest of the scores in, thank you again for joining us for a Night of Champion Edition. One more time. Or rather, is it one more time, Thrillo? Is there something
I
going on
don't
with
know.
that?
Let's see. Do some calculations in my head here. No, in fact, I believe we have 3 more times ahead of us.
We have 3 more times of this happening? Please tell me more.
That's right. This is the Sunday Night Champion Edition League. This is not a one-off event. You have all been inaugurated into a brand new mainstay in the Fightcade arena on the FGCB.
Yes!
We're going to be tallying the points. Points are going to carry forward into future events. And we're going to have some extra little ways to get points along the way as well for our newcomers and for those interested in trying to spread the good word of Street Fighter Champion Edition, because that's what this is all about. This is the retro revival. We're bringing it back. We're trying to show the world why Champion Edition was ubiquitous, why it was the Fortnite of its day, why it was just huge and everywhere. And even I, in my little hometown, could have a Champion Edition fight against its brother at the video store.
So it sounds like we've got 3 more events coming up. This is all part of a season. You've been inaugurated. This is your surprise. So if you didn't do so well this time, don't worry. There's plenty of opportunities for you to win. So how's it going to work for people that are joining in the next time if they're brand new? What kind of advantages are they going to have?
Well, we're going to have trivia questions specifically for new players that are going to give them a quick leg up, a quick boost in the points so that they're not left behind. There are going to be potentially some little wild cards that we may throw in here or there to help our new players as well. And as for our players who are returning and they want to bring a friend, for every friend that they bring, there's going to be a little something for them too. It's not going to be points because we don't want to throw the score off, but you'll see. Opportunities will come their way.
Yes. So the more you recruit into the next season's event, and more on, you get an extra little buff. Then we'll give you more details about that as we continue on throughout the journey. So I know that we haven't gotten the graph up, but can we give the top rankings so far, how things are going? Thrillo, have we gotten that far? Are we still calculating that?
We're still calculating. Just give me one moment. We're almost there.
Take your time, friends. While you're doing that, again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us for a Night of Champion Edition. I said it was one more time, but it looks like I lied. We got 4 times coming up. Or 3 times coming up now. It's been a total of 4. This is just getting started. So if you enjoyed the event, tell your friends. Have them join the Boomer community. Have them join in the laughs. We saw a lot of newcomers today. We saw some legacy folks too. I had a blast watching your matches. I heard from the chat that a lot of them were sweaty and the ones we couldn't see. And again, Thrillo and I, our greatest gift that we can possibly give to you is the gift, the love of this community and this game and the good vibes and giving you back to the year of 1992. And yes, Gian Ellis, you are the real ones. And you'll continue to be the real ones as long as you keep showing up for these lovely events. So again, as the matches are wrapping up, Thrillho is in the background. Don't just look at Challenge for your scores, because Thrillho is also tabulating your trivia scores. And as we know, Super Threat came in clutch with a full 10 points that last question. Again, anyone can possibly win. And Potion Stat is advertising again for the Chaos Clash. Absolutely, we are a friend here. So again, if you love Street Fighter 6 and you want some more zaniness with the extreme battles, make sure to look at that on January 21st. Link is in the FGCB events channel. Thank you for the plug, Potion. Much appreciated to that. It's going to be huge. So please attend. And again, thank you for everyone for attending. Yes, Thrillho. Don't let me cut you off.
We're just waiting for the final match to finish up here. We have Ash, FGCB, and some Japanese guy. Once that's reported, then we will have our final scores.
Is that a real match? Let's see. Ash looks like he was fighting Kuma, and that was, if you look at the... oh, nope, you're right. Hold on. Yep, you're right. I'm wrong. See, this is why we have the whole team. Thrillho is the backbone of everything. They must be having some master Street Fighter. I think we have to take a look, don't we? Let's see what's going on here. See if the match is still going on. I have to know. What is the master Street Fighter?
Oh, it looks sweaty. It looks sweaty right off the bat.
Japanese guy's going for Dictator. Oh, this is so close. The jump.
Oh,
What?
Oh, my goodness. What?
You win.
It worked. It worked. That's all that mattered. It worked. Holy cow. I think that was the match for them.
Worth it for that
That
alone.
was absolutely worth it. Glad we got to tune into some of that. And again, thank you again for all attending. Thank you for all of your matches. It was a great feat. Chat, if you're still watching and you did not compete, please give a round of applause one more time to all of our competitors. Thank them for being on this grand stage for us all. Massive thanks to everyone. And as Thrillho tabulates those final scores, once again, be on the lookout. In about 2 weeks, we're going to be starting part 2 of season 2 of Champion Edition tonight. That's right. We got more than just a couple nights of this. This is going to be a recurring theme.
And we're all ready to go with
attending.
scores.
We're ready for scores. Let's see if it's going to show. It might not.
It might not.
It might not show.
Oh, it's just me.
Yeah, not going to show. So, all right, why don't you go ahead and walk us through it, Thrillho. How are we looking?
Okay, so our come from behind, unbelievable last minute pull to the front winner is Super Threk. He ended up having 12 points in trivia.
Wow. Look at that. Super Threk. Let's go. That's amazing.
Second place, Vampire in a Box, 11 points. It was extremely close. Behind Vampire in a Box in third, we have Luana Tick and some Japanese guy, 10 points. Behind that, Seas of Cheese, 9 points.
Luana Tick says I'm robbed. Yeah, that's how it works.
Magoo the Duck, 8 points. So you see, it just 1 point difference between every single rank. Next up comes Potion Stats and No Limits, 7 points each. Then we have 6 for Kuma, 5 for Ash, FGCB, DMF, Depressed Met Fan, 4 points. And that wraps it up for us. So, extremely close across the board, but it just goes to show if you can nail that last trivia question, you can get right back in it.
I'll wrap up. Where was Gian Ellis again?
Oh, Gian Ellis, excuse me, he had 5 points.
5 points. There you go. Excellent. But again, it's anyone's game. Those points carry into the next event. And again, this is a season event. Flex it. That's what I love to see, Gian Ellis. Again, I just want to make this really clear. You all played very, very, very well. I loved watching all the matches that we did. I'm looking forward to diving into the replays and seeing some of the matches we didn't see. But again, stay tuned for more announcements from myself and Thrillho on the next event coming up in 2 weeks. Train hard. The private lobby will stay open. And again, Scare Quotes and myself, Scare Quotes and Thrillho, we are available as mentors. If you have any questions about Champion Edition, we can't wait to see what happens next. So stay tuned. Thrillho, any parting remarks for our friends?
Great job. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your support, and I really look forward to having matches with you between these events. I'm going to be available pretty much anytime. So if you want to, fight a mediocre Ryu, toot toot, I'm here.
And I love that Byron says, what is the canonical pronunciation of Gian Ellis? And Eller's like, this. However you read it, that's exactly the canonical one. Stay tuned for Casual Corner for Sailor Moon S. Absolutely. We just got a private lobby for that as well. So be on the lookout for that. It's a super fun, awesome Super Nintendo game. And again, it's been my pleasure. Thank you all for spending a night with me in Champion Edition. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you again on the streets. Take care, all.